Ah, these guys always saying I'm late. Hey. I hear an echo. What? Oh, it wasn't you. It was, I got the stream on for some weird reason. What a day, what a day, what a day. Late. See, Chili, they're just bullying me now. They're bullying me.
I was later than you, I think.
See, I'm only late because Chili's late. Anyway, let's start the show. Yo! How's it going, everyone? Chili! We are back today talking about gaming, the state of
Yay!
play Xbox.
I mean, you joke. I was expecting more Xbox games to actually be there than I thought there was going to be. I know all of it's multiplayer, but...
There was none. Nope,
Oh.
2 late bullets. He's excused me. He took the blame. I'm going to take it. Can't take that away from me anymore. You can blame the Chili for that one.
Hey, gaming. But I'm only taking the blame because it's true. Did you see the bad state of play? I liked it. Am I the only one who liked it in the world?
I mean, it's not that it was bad. It's just that I expected more presence from Sony.
I mean, I didn't when there was no word of first party in the announcement.
But there was one first party. But the remaster
but
was
the whole...
that was good.
Not even a remaster of game I want. And it's even worse. Have you even read the news about it?
No.
You know it was given away as a PlayStation Plus game, right? A while back.
Oh yeah.
You can't even use that for the upgrade.
Oh, but that's the typical Sony, right? They always do that.
But still. And also they've announced the PC version as DLC.
As DLC?
Yeah, I saw a picture of the Days Gone DLC PC.
I mean, to be fair, the PC version is the remastered version. It can look as good as you want it to.
So yeah, they're going to add this is just going to be a DLC add-on for the PC version.
That's rough, man. But you know what? They did say that the only way they can make money is by milking the community and getting those remasters in.
Yeah. And at least do the remasters that I care about.
Yeah, they are. Days Gone.
No, I want me some Killzone and Resistance.
No. You want... they heard you wanted Days Gone, so you're going to take it and you're going to like it.
But I enjoyed the state of the play. I was going to say state of the realm, but that's the wrong thing. I enjoyed it.
You got too much 14 in your head.
Yeah. I enjoyed state of play. Never heard of Days Gone? It's a zombie survival game, right? With bikers.
Byron, I haven't had a chance. I've been really, really bogged down with work. At the moment, my 9-to-5 job has been the busiest it's been probably in the last 5 years. I've barely had any chance. Like I've got no time during the day to do anything. I haven't had a lunch break in probably about 4 weeks.
Wow. By the way, Leaf, you can't really call it that because technically Xbox Showcase had more remasters.
What do you mean we had more remasters?
In the showcase, you had more remasters than the State of Play.
What did we remaster in the Dev Direct?
I can't remember. Wasn't. I know that there was the Ninja Gaiden. That was a remaster.
No, that was a remake. They remade Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. That's the first time it's ever been available. Yeah. That's a new game.
Okay, fair. Well,
that's not even a remake. That's
newish.
Well, you got the standard.
They poured the engine over. Yeah.
And then they change it to make it Black Edition.
Yeah.
You know the saying, once you go black, you know.
Because PlayStation always got the Sigma version.
Yeah, the nurtured version. Because they know you're not going to.
Yeah, ours was actually made easier than the Xbox version. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And more censored. But I don't get why they're doing that, considering your most played platform is Pornhub. Hey, I don't make the rules. I just look at the stats.
I mean, yeah.
No, Donald, the split fiction looks kind of cool.
Yeah, that look. I don't know. We'll see. I'm worried that they're gonna keep abusing the same gimmick and not do anything different in their games.
I mean, if it's not broke, they're not going to fix it, right? It's just going to be a split screen with two people working through the game in a puzzle. But there's nothing wrong with that. You say that,
yeah.
And in the same breath of sentence, you look at the majority of your single-player over-the-shoulder games, and they do exactly the same thing, following the same script and the same formula. There's no deviation, fair. No variation. As long as the content is good, that should be all that matters. Otherwise, every racing game under the sun is the same. Except Ridge Racer. That's different.
Yeah.
And Daytona.
Well, no, I'm Burnout.
I was never a Burnout fan, but I was a Daytona fan.
I was a huge fan of Burnout, Ridge Racer, Wipeout. Give me Wipeout.
Well, you can get Wipeout now, right now. They actually, someone reverse engineered the PlayStation 1 version of Wipeout, upgraded it to 4K, and then released it on the Xbox. Idea Xbox.
And they call it Out of Wipes.
No, I think it's called Wipeout XL.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no, they went all in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we could check out the state of play today. Just go through some of the games. And see what
There's a few games there I'm excited for.
Oh, what were you excited for?
I mean, I say I hate to say I'm excited for Monster Hunter, but it's out this month, so it's one of those things I'm excited for, but I know it's coming out soon. Well, we'll talk about what I'm excited for.
Yeah.
When go over it.
I'm bringing it up.
Yeah.
What do you think? What's your view on exclusives?
I mean, there were none here, but
there was one.
What do you mean by what's my view?
No. But in general, in general, what is your view on exclusives? Are they a good thing for gaming? Are they a bad thing for gaming? Are they pro-consumer?
Both.
Are they pro-consumer, anti-consumer, or do you think that their effects lead on to pro-consumerism?
I think they're both.
Explain.
Okay. I think that they can be both pro-consumer and like anti-consumer, depending on which way you're looking at it. Like, if you're talking about big third-party companies such as Square Enix, Capcom, Konami, and games companies such as that, I feel like, yes, if you're making your title first-party exclusive, it's anti-consumer because everyone should be able to play it. Okay. If you're talking first-party, I still feel like having some games to promote your platform is a good idea. That's just me. I'm an old man. I still prefer having some first party times being exclusive. So for me, technically that's anti-consumer still. That I'm still going to consider that anti-consumer, but it's a personal preference. I would prefer, but I would still classify that as anti-consumer.
Okay,
But
do
if
you?
you're talking indie games, that it's 2 or 3 people that are working in a garage, and they don't think they're unable to port their game over to other consoles because they don't have the budget, and the company has paid for the game to be developed, then I see no issue with those type of games being exclusive for a limited time because they may not have existed otherwise anyway because they had no money. For me, that is technically still pro-consumer because they didn't exist in the first place without the money.
But do you feel that if a game is tailor-made for one platform, more likely than not, it will be a better game than if it was multiplayer, be it performance, be it capabilities.
Well, yeah, because you're focusing on one spec versus it's why, as much as people love PC games, you're never gonna have the perfect precision like of a console when it comes to reliability because of all the different specs you have. You can't design a game focus on the hardware in a PC because who knows what that PC is going to have for hardware, and you're going to have to either target the high spec, which means you're budgeting out the low budget players, or you target low spec, and then the high spec players are complaining that it doesn't look as good as they want it to. So and then also you can force it with the money as well.
So tell me this then.
Yeah.
How would a 5090 compare to say a 1060 with Pong? How would it look better?
I mean, they would both look about the same, except for maybe the 5090 will maybe run Pong at 999 FPS.
Okay,
and 8K.
I was being a bit pedantic with that one.
Yeah.
Did you hear about?
No, I still say. By the way, I still say that I really wish, I know they promote that the PS5 was 8K compatible originally, and I really wish someone had just come out and released Pong, and been like, it's running at 8K 120 FPS on your PS5.
I think there was one game called The Tourist that ran at 8K.
There was one game that came out that 8K. Well, it wasn't native 8K, right?
I think it was.
But it was running
Tourist.
Yeah.
I think
it was running at 30 FPS.
Or was it Falconer? It's one of the two.
I think it was upscaled to 8K though. It was running at 8K, but upscaled.
But it was the
only game. It was taking a 4K native image. Yeah, it was the only game. Yeah, No Man's Sky also supposedly ran at 8K on PS5. They got it working, but it didn't work that well. Oh yeah, Chris is right. There's no baby steps, which sucks.
I was really disappointed that there was no baby steps.
Yeah.
And
do you know what? Someone tweeted about it recently, and you know what we haven't heard from a while as well?
What's that?
I think this was actually announced at a place. I don't know if it was a state of play, but I swear it was PlayStation related. Abandoned.
That's because it got abandoned.
By TARDIS Studios.
Yeah, Sony just said, you are now officially abandoned. Goodbye. That was the end of that. But, yeah, no. It was thing. Your earnings call came out today.
Yeah.
And quarterly... Huh?
Sweet. You say my earnings call.
Hey, you're a pony through and through. I can see it. Your earnings call came out today, and you made good bank on your end of year financials. But
finally,
7% operating margin, which is not great.
No.
That roughly works out to 7 cents to $1 in profit, give or take.
I mean,
it's better than
what
one.
They lost. It's better than nothing.
I mean, considering this was their best ever revenue, year. Can you imagine
Yeah.
if they had like a revenue from last year? That'd be
2
crazy.
cents a dollar.
But 7 cents
So,
to
yeah.
a dollar revenue, net profit.
It's crazy.
That's
And I
those
can believe
margins.
it.
You know, all it takes is one major AAA game to fail at this point, and things will look very bleak, very, very quickly.
Yeah. Well, they didn't make just 7 cents, Leaf. They meant they made 7 cents. They made more than 7 cents.
Yeah,
but they
more than
made
7 cents. But I'm just saying, when you break it down with the operating profits, because operating profits is gross, and then when you take everything away, it roughly comes down to about 7 cents to a dollar. So for every $10, they made 70 cents. But obviously, they made billions in revenue. So
so
it's
still
it adds
millions.
Up. Yeah, it adds up. I'll take it if they gave it to me. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like I wish I was making that money, Chaos. Imagine I could imagine the money I could put into the YouTube channel.
The shareholders cannot be happy. I mean, they're happy that they made all that revenue, but I'm guessing most of that was attributed to the fact of all the cancelled projects.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for Ben Studios, though.
Yeah. And those 2 studios that got their projects cancelled, right? Which sucks.
Yeah, Ben Studios, they walked in and said, right, that live service game you're making, cancelled. But what about the 3 years we've been working on it? Cancelled. But what about all that money? Just go remaster something. Those idiots out there will buy anything. Go. And
well,
ladies and gentlemen,
I've got a lot of games that they can remaster.
We have Days Gone remastered.
Oh. But E-Ranks, you say that, but I do hope there's some remasters of all games that I liked. Like, I'm not gonna. Everyone complains we don't want remasters, we hate remasters. But then, 2 tweets after I see that, I see when is Bloodborne being remastered?
See, it's not so much remasters being bad. You're missing the point. It's not that the remaster is being bad, but when a game has been out for like 2 minutes, and then you start talking about a remaster, that's when it starts getting bad. You know, when it's been out for 2 minutes.
It's 6 years.
That is not that long.
It's only a couple of years more than Bloodborne.
I don't think Bloodborne needs a remaster.
Bloodborne was 2015.
No, it's coming up. That's 10 years.
Yeah.
I think the 10-year mark is on point. Anything over 10 years is fine, but I mean, they released Horizon Forbidden West and then said, right, let's start talking, just before it came out. I'm assuming at that round table, they were like, right, so when are we going to push out the remaster to these plebs? And they're like,
it's not even a remaster, right? Because, I don't know, okay. I haven't really looked into game development in a long time because I never redid it. But I do remember back in the day, in the older eras, the PS2 and PS3, that you would often make the graphics better than what you would need, so that way you got that for future assets to be used if need be for promotional material or for sequel bait. So a lot of these remasters are probably just using the models they already created.
Oh yeah,
because you normally make a high deal mold and then scale it down.
And John, Chili knows I'm not calling him an idiot.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes I'm a bit of an idiot though, so I don't mind.
He's just, one of those challenged people that we have to. I saw this tweet, right? So the founder of Icon Era.
We'll do leave. Pony Era.
Said no PC ports were announced at the State of Play. Cry about it.
I mean, he's not wrong. What? He's not wrong.
What PC? almost every game had a PC port announcement.
Yeah, but no first-party games.
There's no first party in the title.
There's true, I guess.
And isn't Days Gone PlayStation?
It's already ported though.
No, they didn't have to do it.
I mean, it's already ported, and as I said, they're making it DLC, so technically,
it's still going.
Yeah. But I mean, technically, no ports were announced because they didn't announce the PC versions of them. So, by technicality, they didn't announce them.
What about Lost
even though
Side?
all of them were
Sony
PC.
is fully funding that game.
Yeah, but all of them are basically going to PC anyway.
Yeah.
they just didn't announce them until after the show.
Is it actually porting if they're releasing it day and day?
That is true. I mean, it's still ported. What did you give the showcase out of 10? You know what? I don't want to spoil it, Paul. We'll probably be watching the showcase, or at least highlights of it, I'm guessing, during tonight's stream. So, you know what? Stick around, mate, and you'll find out. It's quite good.
Alright, so there's a bunch, there's a few things here, but this I thought was super petty from Sony. Like, there's some stuff that Sony does, right? I know how they're pretty protective, but this was petty.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
That was petty as fuck. Like, if I was Phil and I saw that, I don't know how I would feel.
Is it bad that I want the Xbox version now, though?
It's just why? This seems so
the worst part is, I want the Xbox version more now than I'm not gonna lie. This sells me the Xbox version because I never really played Ape Escape in the past, so I have no real connection. Like, I played the demo and it showcased the analog sticks for the first time. But I love Bomberman was awesome. So give me Bomberman. I would like Bomberman instead of Monkey.
I don't know. This just felt so unnecessary. It's weird.
It's definitely unnecessary. Sony should. It's not even like it's like not even like there's going to be like a new Ape Escape coming out, and that's why they didn't do it because they're worried of. But yeah, Arthur says Bomberman is way better than.
No, but like
this is
even if there was a Ape Escape coming, wouldn't this be like a good way to showcase Ape Escape being only available on PlayStation?
Fair, I guess, but still.
I don't know. This one just seemed so petty.
It is. I'm not gonna lie. But the worst part about it, as I said, it's Bomberman is cooler. So they're being petty, but they made the game on the Xbox version better now.
Yeah, the Steam version has Ape Escape.
Yeah.
Only the Xbox version has Bomberman.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. I like Bomberman. I'm intrigued to see what they do as opposed to just running away. I just thought it was like, damn, you're actually gonna get that petty. You're actually gonna go to that level, and they like that was insane levels.
Yeah, as Steve says, technically now Xbox has an exclusive.
I guess technically, yeah, because it has a game mode in there that doesn't think. Yeah. But no, when I read that, I was like, why? I mean, I saw, the ponies all cheering and celebrating and stuff, and I'm like, this is weird. This reminds me of that game mode in Call of Duty that was absolutely trash. I remember me and Seth giving it a go, and it was so bad. But they had that exclusivity for that game mode for a year. And they were like, oh, this game mode is great. And then you went into it, and there was like no one playing it. It must have been really great. There was like no players using it.
The only good secret mini game for Call of Duty is the hidden one that you could unlock in, what is it? Black Ops and Cold War. That's the only good one that ever existed.
Oh no, Arthur, they were calling the PlayStation version the definitive one, and so people were saying, yeah, but I can get it on PC and play the exact same game. Doesn't the Xbox One technically become the definitive one because it's unique? You don't need. But shouldn't then PC get both versions, Ape Escape and Bomberman? Why not? To become the ultimate version. Don't
worry. They'll probably have. You know what though? You know what I'm going to say?
What?
They'll probably have the Bomberman files still in the game on the PC version. They'll probably won't bother to take them out. So people that look into the files will be able to add the reverse engineer and add the Bomberman.
They're going to add it, aren't they? They're just going to mod it straight.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're just going to mod it straight in.
By the way, Arthur one says they don't know what Ape Escape was. Ape Escape was a game. Was it? I think it was on the PS1.
PS1. It was a PS1 game.
It released once the dual analog stick controller came out because they added they made it so that you could move around with the left analog stick, and then use the right analog stick to capture the apes with the net.
Yeah, correct.
So it was designed to promote the analog sticks to show how good their movement is.
The whole purpose of the game
it was basically a giant tech demo.
Yeah, but the whole purpose of the game was for you to run around and capture the monkeys. If you actually play Astrobot, they've actually got a level dedicated to it, and it's pretty much 1-to-1 what you would expect from a actual Ape Escape game level.
I don't know if you ever remember it, but you remember the text adventure game Zork?
I remember Zork. Not much of it. That's old.
From 1979?
Yeah,
it was that if you
really
entered the
old.
command into Call of Duty, you could boot the whole game up in Call of Duty.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was in Black Ops and Cold War. You could unlock Zork.
Nice. Everyone here is going to go try that out now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go try it, see if it still works.
So yeah, that you had to enter, like, I can't remember what code it was, and then once you entered it, you unlocked the text, a text adventure mode where you could play Zork.
So you know the Xbox Developer Direct?
Yeah.
They showcased Doom Dark Ages, which is awesome, right?
Yeah.
They revealed Ninja Gaiden 4, which is awesome.
Yeah.
They revealed Expedition 33, sorry.
Final Fantasy 16 too.
You can call it that too. And South of Midnight, which I'm still looking forward to, regardless of what people say. It reminds me of what is it? Kenna Bridge of Spirits, and I really love that game on PlayStation. Yeah. So that appeals to me. But someone actually came out and said that showing was trash. Which, I mean, it wasn't a showcase, it was just...
And don't forget Ninja Gaiden 2. That was there as well.
But they were saying it was trash. I'm like, you got to be kind of special when you're saying stuff like this.
Yeah.
These fanboys are really, really, really special. Like, there is like a special kind of stupid flowing through their neurons at that point.
Steve says Chili would be hyped South Midnight if it was PlayStation exclusive. No, I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
Trust me. Unlike a lot of the hypocrites, I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, Starfield's on PlayStation. I'm like, no, you can just keep it. Please keep it.
He's very selective about what games he likes. You know,
I like.
Go on.
Yeah, no.
I mean, don't worry, I'll tell him. You know, you like the Furry's Adventures. He likes Furry's Day Out.
Yeah, I'm really hyped for Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
Stroke My Pony. Right?
Cyber Sleuth 3, I never even heard of that one. Yeah, I like Baby Steps. That's what I'm excited for the most. You're right, Steve. To be fair, there is a B game that I'm looking forward to this year, but it's not Baby Steps.
But Xbox came out and posted this. This is crazy. From the PlayStation State of Play, all of these are coming to Xbox.
Yeah.
And more to come.
Yeah, there is a new Digimon game.
People were saying that Digimon was exclusive. Suck at Xbox. Oh, dear child. Dear summer child.
Yeah, they're not gonna. Oh.
I did see it. I went there last night to check it out, Paul. It wasn't there. I went back there to check it during the stream. It wasn't there. It was gone. Alright, let's have a look at this state of play and then we can go with the rest of the week's story. Oh, by the way, Chief, if there's any stories that you know or you want to bring up, you should have control to pop them up.
Okay, I'll have a look, see if there's anything. But I don't think there's really much. Oh, except for Overwatch. But I'm sure you can bring that up anyway.
They're having a huge update, aren't they? Like we saw some of it yesterday.
Did you hear the whole bringing back loot boxes? I know it's caught you streaming.
That was wicked. Oh, people's reactions to that was priceless, even though you can't actually buy them.
I've heard you get 100 loot boxes in the next season.
Yeah, but
in the first season that comes.
You get them through the battle pass.
Yeah, and also from weekly missions.
One sec. Let me just put my headset charged on. So, do you know how they work?
No, I don't actually know how they work. I just know that they're free in the. I know you can't buy them because
you can't buy them.
Away. Yeah,
there is a set loot pool for them, and every time you open the loot box, anything you get in there checks off what you've already got, and you can never get dupes. So if you complete the battle pass and all your weekly stuff, you're guaranteed to get every item that's available in there.
Okay, well, I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, is that really a loot box?
It's not really RNG then if everything is guaranteed.
You'll get everything eventually.
Yeah. I don't know. That just feels...
But that's not
just feels like a fancy way to make you see... Anyway, carry on.
That's not the thing. They're saying that the community was upset that they removed loot boxes. So they're giving the community what they wanted. Loot boxes.
I mean, I have seen a lot of community complain about the lack of loot boxes, so they're not 100% wrong.
Who would want loot boxes?
A lot of the Overwatch 1 to 2 community. I've seen a lot of it. Trust me, there's a lot of the community that were asking. Yeah, as Automatic said, it's true. There is a lot of people that ask for the loot boxes.
So why are they crying when EA does loot boxes?
Because the way Overwatch did loot boxes was so much better than every other company that did loot boxes because you got so many free loot boxes. You didn't really have to. You could stack up so many
what you're
free
saying
Overwatch
is you don't want to pay for them.
Yeah, people don't want to pay for loot boxes. They want free stuff.
Wait. You want freebies? What is this?
Yeah, like they want. But Overwatch was a lot better than. Yeah, but yeah, also it's not. Yeah, I don't. Anyway.
So the show opened. What the hell is going on there? So the show opened up with your good dose of Monster Hunter.
I'll be honest. I was expecting more Monster Hunter, so I'm happy it wasn't as long as I was expecting.
I expected like 15 minutes of Monster Hunter and then like 5 minutes for everything else. It was
yeah, it was about the same.
But this one was actually kind of cool. Caught up with a couple of my friends from Sega, and
I remember that from the Mega Drive, but I never played Shinobi.
Yeah, this is made by a different studio.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
But, you know, it's being published by Sega because it is a Sega IP. But, yeah, speaking to a couple of friends, I'm really excited for this. But again...
Looks okay. We'll see.
Mate, look, he just went Super Saiyan and you're still saying it's okay.
Fair. I like the art style, though. I'm going to give it that. I really do like the art style.
Yeah, that comic
but
book
I'm not
effect
really
is
good
cool.
at these platform difficult jumping roguelikes.
It's
so.
okay. They've got pleb. They've got. I'm hoping they've got
Oh, that's good.
difficulty settings
they've
for
got
plebs
easy
like
mode.
me. Yeah.
And for me. But no, yeah, I like. Oh, August though. Ooh. August is going to be. Now this was hype.
This was good.
And the fact that they basically confirmed that other Sega characters will be in the game, not just Sonic.
Man, I don't even know why I called this. Yesterday, I watched it back because someone clipped me.
Yeah.
And for some weird reason, I was saying they've gone full Mario Kart, and I didn't understand.
Yeah.
Even right now, I don't understand why I said it.
I mean, I also joked that look, Mario Kart 9 is out early.
Okay, so I wasn't the only one when I saw it. Just that was like the first thing that came to my mind.
Well, when you see kart games, you either go Crash Team Racing or Mario Kart, in my opinion.
No one
Those
goes
are
Crash
the
Team
big
Racing.
ones. But like,
No one
90%
says
of people will go straight to Mario Kart.
Only 90?
I mean, I'm sure there's someone out there that really likes that old PS1 game, Roll Cage.
God, you are really, really stretching it now.
Actually, can we get a remaster of that? That was a good game.
All right, chat.
I like the ring portal idea. That's kind of cool.
No, that is good. Put a 1 in chat.
And
if
John
the
says
first thing
Crash
you
Team
thought...
Racing is awesome.
No, I love Crash
And there's
Team
a beta,
Racing.
February 21st.
Put a 1 in chat if the first thing you saw there was Crash Team Racing, or a 2 if you thought it was Mario Kart.
I mean, I'm going to have to put 2 because I also said Mario Kart, but still. Oh, this is the new Digimon game. By the way, I'm kind of hyped for this, but I feel bad on stream because I was live streaming it as well. And I had Robsy and Paul, my co-host on, and they're all really excited about it, and they're like really like screaming down the mic, like, "Oh my god, a new Digimon game! Oh my god!" And they're like, "Chili, your thoughts?" And I'm like saying stuff, and then I realized after this trailer that I was muted the entire time. I'm like, why are they ignoring me?
Don't worry, we won't ignore you. I'm actually, when I first saw this, I'm not a Digimon fan.
I'm not a huge fan, but it looks cool.
I mean, I don't even like Pokemon. But it does look cool.
Yeah.
I'm actually inclined to give this one a go. I like the way it looks. See, that one had rockets coming out of its boobas. Clearly.
I mean, they have some scantily clad monsters.
Okay, you've just signed me up.
But you have to be into Digimon in my opinion to like them.
You've just twisted my arm. See, chat. It was that easy.
Trust me, there are some of them that you will like. This looks good as well. I'll admit that. Chaos is chili popping in. Hi. Hi, Paul.
Can't you guys hear Chili? Oh, I get it. I am so dumb.
I'm dumb too. I don't get what.
I am so dumb. Sorry, that was whoosh straight over my head.
I still don't get it.
He doesn't get it, so I'm just going to continue with it.
By the way, that logo there gave me PS2 vibes. I don't know why, but I felt like I went back in time.
Dion, that's why the platform is very important. Because it gives your games an identity.
Steve says, I cannot hear Chili. I don't know if they're lying.
They're lying.
Or they can just hear me neighing. Nay.
Wait. Say something?
Hello? I'm saying words.
Chili?
Hello?
Chili, you there?
Nay.
I think you might need to jump out and jump back in. It's completely gone off. Chili.
Okay.
Poor guy. You guys are mean. No, he's not gonna come back. What did you guys do? Chili, come back. Oh no. Maybe he went and restarted his whole PC. I blame Paul for this. This was all Paul's fault. This is totally on Paul. And Chili for not reading the chat. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, we can hear you again.
Yay! Nay!
Chat is so mean. Yeah, this game... This game, I think this is the... Which one is this one? This isn't Lost Soul Aside, this is the other one. The one that begins
No,
with...
it's Lost Aside, right?
Is this Lost Aside?
I think so.
Because there's 2 of these style games that were really good. But this looks really good. This looks, you know, Square Enix caliber. And that's high praise for... Yeah, Lost Soul Aside. This looked really good. But it's coming to PC.
Sorry, I'm distracted. That's spoilers for a future stream, because you know, I've been streaming Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
I commissioned a new intro to the Twitch streams.
Oh, yeah?
And oh my god, it's amazing.
Nice, you'll have to show it to me.
I'm hoping I don't get copyright. I hope I don't get copyright strike for it, but
Yeah, you should be fine.
oh god.
Is there any audio?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, then you should be fine. If there's no audio, you should be fine. Generally, most of the copyright is done on audio, not video.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Lost Aside, that game was proper win. This is Dave the Diver. It's cool, but whatevs. Oh, don't even try that, Paul. I know you can hear me. I'm looking at the stream and I can see my voice going up and down.
Nay.
I thought this game was dead.
Okay, this just makes me think of the Doom mode in Marvel Rivals, and I hate that mode, so I already hate this.
I thought that game was dead. Is anyone interested in wrestling?
Oh, wrestling. I was watching your stream. I was at Splitgate. Sorry. I mean, I'm sure there's some people that enjoy wrestling still.
I don't know. They enjoy it. I'm just saying. This is like there was a number of games in here that were just like for me was like a complete miss. But the thing with this state of play was, I'm just disappointed that Sony didn't show anything.
I mean, I wasn't expecting Sony to show anything. So I guess that's why I wasn't.
They haven't had a good state of play in ages. They needed one to come out where, considering all the bad news they've had recently, all the cancellations,
They need it.
Your Godfather being demoted, they needed a good state of play.
I mean, this was a good state of play. They just needed a good first party state of play.
Yeah, I mean, they could have thrown a few.
The moment there was no first party in the description of the announcement, I knew that's when I knew there was going to be.
But they could have done one more thing at the end, and just showcase. I don't know, say Spider-Man 3, Venom.
Yes, yes.
See, I said Spider-Man 3, and he got excited straight away.
I mean, I do love my Spider-Man games, but no, Borderlands 4.
I was not bothered with this at all.
This is my game of the year.
Do you know what I found more interesting, intriguing, and amusing? The fact that they were both called Randy.
Yeah.
That was more entertaining to me than the actual game itself. I don't know. As much as I've tried to get into Borderlands, I can't. You know, Gearbox even reached out to me at the time, and they gave me asked if I was interested in trying a different version of Borderlands with Tiny Tina's, because I wasn't interested, and I even tried that, and it was all right, but it just didn't grab me.
Did you play that on your own though?
I played it solo and multiplayer.
Okay, because I did a full campaign with 3 other friends, so that's why I enjoyed it so much. So I can't wait for this game. I really can't wait for Borderlands 4. This was my game of the show. I think this will probably be my game of the year.
I don't know. I just like that there was Randy and Randy.
I just don't like. You know what? Give me less Randy Pitchford and more Borderlands footage, because I don't like Randy Pitchford.
Snake Eater has a release date, yeah. Not too long now, actually.
Although I tweeted about that, Leaf. That Omniscia was announced on PlayStation 5, but it's captured on PC.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like, why not capture it on PlayStation? Like, it's these little things. You're having a showcase and you're capturing it on PC. I get Microsoft doing it because they're heavily invested in PC.
I mean, the game's not out till next year, right? So
I know, but there must be a version playable on PlayStation dev kits.
Maybe not.
Just for a trailer. Hey,
they announced the release date of Borderlands as well, which is September, right? I think.
Yeah.
September 23rd. I can't wait.
Oh, I know Borderlands is going to sell like bucket loads, but it's just not for me.
I've still got my loot box edition of the Borderlands 2, which came in a full-size loot box. You know, from the game.
Hey, Zrog.
Came in a full replica loot box from the game. It's massive. It's amazing. I love it. Chili loves Borderlands the movie. I don't think I haven't. Is that even out yet? I don't think I've watched it.
The movie?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll be honest, I only really watch Marvel movies. I'm not gonna lie.
There are methods of it being out.
Yeah.
And
this is split fiction. This looked okay.
I don't know. I think
don't think I'd play it.
I think the people who enjoys these type of games are going to enjoy this. If you do not enjoy these
games, this is going to be a game for you.
Yeah.
But I think many also, you need a friend, and I don't always have a friend able to play the game at the same time as me. So, yeah.
I've got that video, Steve. We're going to check that out as well. The Avowed Digital Foundry.
Save you some time to watch it. Fair.
No, don't watch it. I watched maybe the first 10 minutes. And my kid, this was...
Is it as bad as Dragon Ball Evolution, though?
I think it's on par. The first 10 minutes was on par. I don't know, because Taz, I know... It depends who you ask, because Taz, I'm not sure if he's in chat, but he'll tell you that's one of his favorite movies alongside Resident Evil Raccoon City.
See, I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, and I don't mind. But I do feel like the Resident Evil movies would be so much better if they just removed the title Resident Evil.
I don't know. I didn't mind the Resident Evil tag to it, but I think Raccoon City...
I'm just saying that they're not that bad of a movie. It's just that a lot of people are comparing the games to the movies, and therefore they fall short of the games. If the movies were just their own separate franchise, I feel like they wouldn't have been rated as harshly.
This movie looks a movie.
Yeah, it does look like a movie, though.
It is a movie game.
By the way,
it is actually a movie game.
I hate the fact that this trailer is too long, and I feel like they spoiled most of the game in this trailer.
Yeah, but this is going to be one for me on X.
They're like, oh my god, there's
Xbox
an
and
alien
PC.
among us. Who could it be? What's it going to be?
But it's a Dark
Oh, wait
Pictures
there.
game.
We'll show it in the trailer.
No, not me. That was Taz. Taz loves Raccoon City. But yeah, like the Dark Pictures games, I've recently been, got myself into those, and I'm really enjoying them. You know, I like the pace that they go at, the story that they tell, and they can push the pixel count because there's no real control to the game. There's no real gameplay outside of QuickTime events. Biohazard would probably be a much better naming scheme for the Resident Evil movies. I think.
Yeah.
No, this is just no one cares about this. Well,
yeah,
I'm sure there's someone that
I'm
cares
caring
about it.
so little that I'm actually on a different tab.
So this one was weird.
This looks good. This one looks. This is. I think this is number 3 in of this showcase for me.
Really?
I'm getting Tim Hortons like Nightmare on Elm Street, so like not Elm Street, but you know what I mean, the Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm getting Nightmare Before Christmas vibes, but I like the clay motion. Like I like this looks cool.
Yeah,
I like this for the art style.
Yeah, I don't mind the art style. It's the stop motion that I don't like.
No, see, I like this. I know it sounds weird, but I like the stop motion. Like
it makes
that looks cool to me.
It's actually making me nauseous.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
Although Sony did do one thing right yesterday. At least they showed a bunch of games coming out this year. Normally when you have a showcase, it's like, yeah, these games are coming out in like 14 years. Have fun!
Leaf says, when I say with like South Mid and PS5 enjoys the stop motion game, I like this. Reminds me of the Watch Quick though. This gives me flashbacks to like, as I said, God damn it, The Night Before Christmas. Like those like.
I wouldn't say this is the same game, Leaf. South of Midnight is different to this. I'm seeing a lot of people loving this one though.
This looks cute, yeah.
Okay, cute is one thing, but I'm saying people are talking like Game of the Year. Good.
I joked, and I'm like, you know what this reminded me of the entire time?
Echo the Dolphin?
Hello! No, Abe's Odyssey. I'm getting Abe's Odyssey vibes from a lot of this.
I can see that. But you sure you don't want to squint a little and go with Echo the Dolphin?
I mean, Echo the Dolphin for some of it, but like, I got Abe's Odyssey vibes. I hate how much I dislike this game.
So are you saying every racing game is the same because it's got racing in there?
I really dislike how this looks like.
I do not like this.
This just looks like, I know that people are hyping it up on Twitter, but I really think that's because people are getting the copies for free.
Yeah.
But like,
100%.
This just looks like, as we were saying, as Paul brought up during the stream, this just looks like a mobile game, like a gacha game that they decided that they wanted to just release as a full game instead of a gacha game.
Yeah.
From like 15 years ago.
And now you got Onimusha. Now the cool thing about this one, right?
Don't slate Echo, I can't wait.
I'm not slating it. He is. He's the one that's saying it's bad, that he can't stand it. After
When
4 hours,
did I say those words?
You said after 4 hours on the first level, you gave up and never wanted to see it again. In fact, you got invited to showing of Echo the Dolphin, and you was like, nah, not this guy. See? He doesn't deny it. But no, the good thing about that Onimusha 2 remaster or remake, whatever it is, is that it's actually getting a complete revamp of the controls to make it more
That's
modern.
good.
So they're actually changing it. It's not just the same game with slightly spruced up graphics. They're actually modernizing the controls to today's standard. That's why I'm excited for it. Because games back then, we all have rose tinted glasses. But some of them controlled horrendously bad.
Yeah. That's because, like,
No,
I
they
don't know.
weren't.
It's
They
because
weren't doing a game.
that's because a lot of games back then, the controls weren't like they weren't used to analog sticks, so they were just porting directional controls over to analog sticks and leaving it like that.
Yeah.
Do you think Sony could make a new Abe game? Those IP, I don't think Sony owns the Abe Odyssey IP, right? Because it's a
Even
different
if they
company,
did,
right?
I don't think they ruined Abe, didn't they? Sony.
Yeah. Well, no, because you had new and original, right?
No, they ruined the company. If you didn't
No,
read
because
about it.
cut.
So basically, the company that makes Abe, they basically made a deal with Sony, but they
Yeah.
were supposed to put the game out. The game was supposed to come out at a set date. Now, obviously, the delay was the company's fault, but they basically made an agreement with Sony to put the game on PS Plus after a certain date. Now, they needed to sell a certain number of copies before they could actually think. And unlike Microsoft, when if you put a game on Game Pass, they either pretty much cover your development cost or pay for the whole thing outright.
Yeah.
You know, they pay for a certain number of copies that they believe would have sold on the platform in order to put it on there. Look, tell me before I continue, who didn't think this was Shadow Moses?
It does look a bit like Shadow Moses.
Right? Look at this beginning part here and tell me that you did not think that that was Metal Gear 1. Dude, I was jumping off my seat. And then I saw Metal Gear 3 stuff and I was so hurt. I was so upset. Like, I was genuine. Even this part here reminded me until I saw the Shago HUD. And then that was it.
Yeah.
But that's...
By the way,
oh.
do you think the Easter egg is still going to be in here? Or, well, it's the
Which one?
Well, what's
The
it?
end?
Not Easter egg, but like the end. Yeah, no, what's his face? You know, the sniper guy.
Yeah, the end.
Yeah.
Where
if
just
you change the timer.
Yeah. Or if you just wait too long.
Yeah. Well, you have to wait a few years. You have to wait. You have to come back later, right?
Yeah. Start the fight and then just save it and come back a week later.
Yeah.
He's dead. He dies waiting.
Yeah. He dies of old age.
He died waiting for you.
Yeah.
But anyway, getting back to the Ape story. So they delayed the game, I think, by like 4 weeks for release because they needed to just fix some stuff up. And Sony refused to move the date for the game to go on PS Plus. And it completely cannibalized their sales and they had to lay off like over half their staff.
That sucks.
Good on Sony, right?
Yeah.
Good one, Sony. So yeah, I don't think we'll see Abe again in a next gen form because Sony.
I mean, they also had issues with Microsoft when they released Munches, right?
Yeah.
They had some issues as well.
But come on, just delay your game going on PS Plus for a little while. That was just thing. There you go. There's a release date for Snake Eater. 28th of August.
August. Well, I'll be playing that. That is probably in my top 3 of this. Number 1 was Borderlands. That was probably number 2.
Automata, it was the latest Abe game that was on PlayStation.
Yeah, new and tasty, right? Which is a remaster of the first Abe's game.
Oh, Navy, we're going to have a look at that. So this looked okay. I mean, I put it this way.
I thought it, I'll be honest, for most of this trailer, I thought it was Death Stranding.
I'll say this: as an Xbox gamer, if you were watching this, you left very happy. Because 99% of everything shown, barring 2 games, maybe 3,
Yeah.
is on Xbox. This was a great Xbox showcase. It was just a bad PlayStation showcase. After everything that's transpired over the last year or so, I think they needed a real win, and it's a shame that they didn't have it.
It was called Hell Is Us, by the way.
Yeah, it's Hell Is Us.
Oh, but it's NACon, and I always have issues with them.
Of course. It's going to be free to play with lots of gacha in there. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, this is the DLC, right, for
The Lies of P.
Which the DLC will happen mid-game, I think, from what I've seen online.
It's a prequel.
Oh, it's a prequel, okay.
It's a complete prequel because you can see the city to life. It's before the city got just ran into ruin.
Okay.
So this is actually a prequel to the base game, which is weird to have a DLC prequel. I mean, it's not a standalone game.
I mean, maybe they just didn't have enough story to tell a full game, and they wanted to still tell the prequel. So
maybe
the DLC was better.
I need to finish this game though. I do need to go back to it and
play
finish it. It's probably
Paul
one
says,
of the
Chili,
only
has Chaos told you
games...
that Wiper XL? Yeah,
I
Wiper
did.
XL's on Xbox.
Yeah, this is one of the only Soul-like games that I genuinely enjoyed. And when I say Soul,
play
I
Elden
mean
Ring
just
tomorrow. Yay!
Did I tell you what happened with Elden Ring?
With the beta or the full game?
The beta.
Yeah. I
asked for an Xbox code.
Oh yeah, you got a PlayStation code, right?
They sent me a PlayStation one.
By the way, have you been to? I was told on Twitter by someone that you can't stream it, but so many people I'm been watching were like, "Oh, we're gonna stream it tomorrow." I'm like, someone told me you can't stream it.
I don't know. I've not heard anything. I've tried to get in contact with my contact at Bandai.
I don't want to stream it just in case, but like,
yeah, I'm gonna look so bad on that game. I'm not even gonna bother streaming.
I mean, I'm gonna look so bad, but that's why I'm tempted to stream it.
Have some dignity.
If it gives me views, no. Content.
But yeah, I mean, I'll just get my son to play while I'm holding controller. No one will ever know. You're gonna see you're gonna see the skill levels go from 0 to 100 in the blink of an eye, but no one will know as I hold the controller in my hand.
This looks cool as well. I thought this was a good game as well. I thought this was in the top 5 of the release announcements.
I still couldn't believe they gave me the PlayStation code. That was surreal.
Yeah, this is Dream of Another, right? This looked good. So, no creation without destruction. I'm like, wait, why are we quoting Dragon Ball? Because that's literally a quote from Dragon Ball Super, where we find out that Shin is the partner to Beerus, because Beerus is the god of destruction. And you need a god of creation to balance it. That is literally the quote from Dragon Ball Super.
Oh, here it is. It's coming, folks. It's coming.
Finally. Well, everyone everyone came here for this stream for this. They don't want me in chaos. They want this.
Man, this is gonna be the bomb.
Gons of Days.
Days Gone is going to be so good. I mean, this is what every PlayStation
includes
fan
new content. Look,
wanted.
this is what they've been after.
Dude, this is what 75 million shipped consoles are destined for.
I'll be honest. Horde Assault mode. That I kind of like.
This is going to be Game of the Year.
Not gonna lie. If Borderlands wasn't coming out, maybe. But Borderlands is coming out. And I agree, Leaf. Days Gone is better than Last of Us.
Of course, we have to get a Nikkei collaboration with...
By the way, Stellar Blade is now a live service game. You know that, right?
It pretty much feels like that, doesn't it? They're just constantly
releasing... they made a statement saying that it is.
I mean, they need to add content in order for it to be live service.
I mean,
there's no content.
Sure.
Look, I'm like the next person that doesn't mind skins and stuff, but that's not content. There's no content. So you can't really be a live service if you're not releasing content. There's no game modes. There's no extension to the story.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, there is room for a sequel for the game, but I see them releasing a sequel more than anything else. Like, I don't think they're going to extend it. And even what they showed there, they're kind of like doing one new like area for the game. Don't know when you'll be able to access it, but it's kind of focusing on Scarlet, which is a character from Nikkei. And they're adding a new boss battle into it, probably to the boss rush mode. But other than that, or it's going to be in Scarlet's area. But other than that, that's it. I mean, you need proper content if you're going to be a live service game. You know, releasing Christmas skins and accessories and, you know, a summer bathing skin, that's not content. That doesn't add anything. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but you can't go around saying you're a live service if you're not adding playable content. But hey, at least Days Gone is $10 to upgrade, right?
Yeah.
Except for those people that got the game for free because of the PlayStation Network issues.
Like me. Well, no, I don't know if those can upgrade. It's the people that got it from PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, I'll never understand that. That just feels so scummy. Like, why can't I upgrade? Like, I can do that on Xbox. I can get a game on Game Pass, and then if I wanted to right now, pay £17 and get Avowed Early Access and actually get into it and play it. Or like Forza, you know, back then with Forza Horizon 5 and 4, you can literally just not buy the game and buy the DLCs and play it. Buy the add-ons and play it. There's nothing stopping you. Sony doing that. They did it with Final Fantasy VII Remake. They did it with a couple of others. It's just wrong. It's just such a scummy practice.
I can't disagree. I agree completely.
You know, you're still getting money for it, right? You're still going to get the $10 for it. Why not let them? I think
this game looks beautiful as well. I know we're talking about other games right now, but
this one right here, best game of the show.
This I wanted to call this Final Fantasy 17.
Yeah, me too. And I like her voice as well.
But there's Ravana. We've had Bismarck. There's Alexander.
Her voice actor is the same one from Baldur's Gate 3 and
Shadowheart.
Wolverine Woes. Yeah, Shadowheart. But this for me was the game of the show, by far.
I mean, it's not it's close, but the game of the show is Borderlands.
No, don't be silly.
But then I love Borderlands 1, 2, 3, and Tiny Tina, so I love Borderlands. Like, it is one of my favorite franchises.
All right, Borderlands or Final Fantasy 14?
I mean, Final Fantasy 14.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, this just looks really cool. So this one is the one.
I'll be honest, it'd be close if it wasn't for Borderlands 3. Not gonna lie, Borderlands 3 was bad.
But you know, one thing I'm really like, this generation has been kind of hit and miss. But one thing that this generation has done, which I think is really cool, right? That I think is the saving grace of this generation, you know, the 9th generation, is the Chinese and Korean development companies coming into full force. They never really existed outside of like cheap mobile games or kind of, you know, really, really just focusing on nothing but graphics, and everything else just kind of paled. Bad gameplay, bad storytelling. But this generation, they have really, really shined really bright.
By the way, we all thought this was a rebooted Marathon for most of this trailer.
Marathon. That's the thing. Where's
Because
Marathon?
What?
Where's Marathon?
This trailer right now. A lot of when we were watching it, we're like, "What the hell is this? Why does this look like Marathon?" It looked like they rebooted because they had the Destiny looking symbol as well at the start. Like, I thought this was just like they realized that they're not going to sell well as a multiplayer shooter, so they're going to copy their own game.
Not played Avowed yet.
Metal Edge. Sorry, Eden.
I
keep calling
wasn't
it Edge.
Why are you calling it Edge? It's Eden. And
I
you
don't
should
know
like
why
the
my
word
brain goes
Eden
to Edge.
because it's Final Fantasy VIII. And it was we literally spent a whole year in Eden in 14 as well.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't get the early access. I just wasn't prepared to pay $20 for the early access. So Tuesday is for me.
Mind's Eye.
Unless Chili, you want to buy early access for me?
Nah, I'm good.
See how evil he is? True pony. To the very end.
Yeah, this is called Mind's Eye.
On Xbox as well. So as a multiplat showcase, this was really good.
Yeah, this was a good showcase. But this was just to showcase third-party games. So
they didn't say
it was announced.
They didn't announce it as a third party.
They said they announced it as games across the world from other studios. That was in the release.
No, you went and hacked that shit in. We all know how you ponies work. Oh wait, there's no first-party games here. Quick, change the title. We know. But now, as a PlayStation showcase, I think this failed. But as a third-party showcase, I think it was a good showcase. And I think the reason a lot of people are upset with this showcase is because Sony once again did not show anything. But you know what? And some people might not like me saying this, but I think there's a lot of truth in this. And you're going to agree with me as well, Chili.
Probably.
If Microsoft wasn't porting games to PlayStation, and those games at the Dev Direct were only going to Xbox, you can bet your bottom dollar that they would have had first-party games in here. Even if it was the one more thing, they would have showed off something to wow everyone. And
I've been telling you this entire gen that this was Microsoft's gen to win if they hadn't gone cross-platform.
And the reality is, and this is the part that kind of sucks for gamers, Sony doesn't have to try anymore. They don't care. They're not going to get every Xbox game. That much is guaranteed. Some studios simply just won't be able to, do multiple versions of the game. Especially at the same time. But Sony right now just doesn't have to care. And that sucks because gamers ultimately suffer for it. See, this game gave me Just Cause vibes.
Yeah, I got Just Cause vibes from it as well. Ooh, PlayStation Studios. Ooh, finally.
This is the House Marquee one, right?
New game. Yeah.
Actual
gameplay.
As soon as I know, this is the bit. See, this is what sucks for me. Although, did you notice this? This scene right here.
No.
It's the same one from Uncharted: Thief's End.
Oh wow.
Here, let me see if I can dig it up real quick. I noticed that yesterday, and I wasn't sure.
No, you couldn't have Fable.
And I wasn't sure if I was right, and I did see it.
I'm just sad that they're making a single-player game.
Who?
House Marquee.
I mean, why did you think it would be?
Because a lot of my favorite ones they've made in the past were multi-platform. Not multi-platform, multiplayer. Well, okay. Should I say I like a lot of the more arcadey games. I liked Stardust, which I guess that wasn't multiplayer, but where is it? Dead Nation, right? Yeah, Dead Nation. That was a good game. I guess a lot of them were single. Alien Nation, that was good. Dead Nation. Those were my favorite ones. What do you think the first party PlayStation game will be that goes to Xbox? Isn't there already one coming out, right? I can't remember what it was.
See that scene there? And then that one there.
Oh yeah, it's exactly the same.
It's exactly the same from Uncharted 4. Yeah.
Paul says, "What do you think the first place? Isn't there one technically? I can't remember which. We were joking about it recently, where the game's being published by Sony, and so technically it's coming to Xbox.
Which game?
I can't remember what game it was now. I can't remember what game it was, but there is a PlayStation game coming to Xbox.
Well, I don't know. You ponies are saying Elden Ring now is first party, so that's already on Xbox. So
that was it as well. I think that was one of them, right? But no, there was another game that I can't remember which one it was, but no, I don't think it's Death Stranding 2 because that's not coming to Xbox until later.
Is that confirmed? Because I'm hearing conflicting reports about them. I mean, I expect it to be the case, but I'm hearing.
I mean, it's not been confirmed, but I'm going to expect it.
Because people are saying that Hideo Kojima is seen saying that he wants to release it on all platforms at the same time.
Well, we'll see.
So I don't know. But yeah, these games, I mean, I like the games. I just don't like the fact that it's just a CGI trailer with no gameplay. Because to me, this would have been no different to, from the makers of Housemarque, Soros, or whatever, with the title, and that's it. Do you know what I mean? You're not showing me anything.
Yeah, but this isn't. I know it's a showcase for us, but you know this isn't for us.
This is for the investors, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, the moment I saw this, I said yesterday, Returnal. That was the first thing that came into my mind. That's like...
I think you say that, but I think Supersonic is doing a spin dash.
No. Although I can now see it when I couldn't see it yesterday. Returnal was the first thing that came into my mind when I saw that. And then I was like, this has to be Housemarque. And good on them, you know. They're making another Rogue-style game.
Which just means like Returnal, I'll skip it.
Come back stronger.
Yeah. I wonder if this is actually a sequel to Returnal then.
I don't think so. That was very different. Very, very different. I think it's just a different game entirely. Because Returnal did end. If you can get to the end. I still haven't completed it.
Powerbox says come back strong, same gameplay as Returnal. Yeah, it could just be that it's a sequel in the same universe.
But the sun in this one is being absorbed.
Again, when I mean the same universe, I mean like it's in the same, like, you know, the same, like how Alan Wake, Control, and all that like are the same.
Right. Who knows? I really hope they make an Alan Wake 3.
They've announced it for 2030, right?
Did they?
I saw it.
I don't know. I know they made a profit. They finally turned a profit on Alan Wake.
They're like, we want a Control out by this so and so. No.
Yeah, I got here and I was like, come on, there's got to be something else. Where's that one more thing? And there's like, no, there's no one more thing.
Okay. Remedy seems to invest the investors, Remedy investors. From what we can tell from the investments, someone on Reddit knows that they hope to have Control 2 for 2027, Alan Wake for 2029, and then Control 3 for 2030. So there you go. So 2029, sorry, not 2030.
Still a long time,
Yeah.
but I'm excited already. I know that there's someone who made like a kind of spreadsheety thing, but that was incorrect. That had
Yeah.
full stuff all over it. Games not going to Xbox apparently when they were, but these are all the ones that are going to Xbox.
Nice.
And then,
by the way, I'm happy that Borderlands is crossplay.
I
So
don't think it was ever not going to be, to be honest.
You never know with these companies. I don't. Until they announce it, I don't expect it.
All right, so someone said you see Bomberman at the end of the trailer.
I mean, they'll be after the end, right? Yeah.
Let's see. 20th of August. Bomberman.
Okay.
Is that it? Snake versus.
Oh,
So it didn't actually say Bomberman.
ban them.
I know, right? That's just unforgivable. Unforgivable.
That like they said. I'm sorry, but we already saw that. Like I was really hoping to at least see the Bomberman model in the game.
Pebbles, one I saw had like 4 or 5 games that weren't apparently coming to Xbox when they were. So maybe they re-uploaded it.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, it could be like, E-Day, which is like a year and 6 months away. Be grateful it's only 6 months.
Yeah.
But you know what? You don't get Nibs talking about this one, which is weird. Nibs isn't really talking about this much, is he?
Sorry. What's it?
So there's this notorious person on X called Nibs who writes essays upon essays upon essays of text that could pretty much be written out in like maybe 2 or 3 lines. But he'll like have like the Star Wars choreographed intro coming through.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing he's doing it in hopes that no one can be bothered to read that far and just says, okay, I accept what you're saying and moves on with their lives.
Yeah.
But this is where I was saying, overall, Sony's financials did great. I mean, you can see it. It's not going,
they're going up.
It's their best year yet. By far, and hardware has done really well.
Thanks to the PS5 Pro. And it's 10 copies sold.
But here's the thing. People are looking at this and saying, well, look, Xbox is growing, right? And PlayStation is growing in sales. But that's not really the case. Because I think 65% of the people who bought a PS5 just migrated from PS4.
Xbox.
PS4. They upgraded.
Oh, that's the original ones, yeah.
Right?
They've only just started getting new customers. I think it's 4 million new customers, right?
Yeah, so it's not a lot.
Not 4 million, but like...
So all this talk about how they're growing exponentially, and yes, they are selling consoles, but they're not growing.
No, they're selling... They've sold 1.7 million less than the PS4 in this lifetime.
They're not growing. And if you look at this, like this one over here from Brad Sams, and I know him and Gaz was having an out-and-out. Sony shipped...
They're shrinking, aren't they, really, right?
They are. Sony shipped 9.5 million units during the quarter holiday. I mean, Xbox really dropped the ball at Christmas, right? Sony slashed their prices...
To be fair...
Go on.
I was going to say, I know Sony is technically shipped and not sell, but at least Sony's shipping them. Microsoft, even if people want to buy them, are not getting shipped.
Well,
Like,
the difference between
people were
shipped
sat here wanting to buy,
and sold
the
is different.
console. Yeah, I'm just saying that you saw that a lot of places have sold out on Xboxes because they're not getting shipments. Which
Oh
sucks.
yeah. I get that, but and I was having a discussion
I'm
with
saying
someone
that
on
Xbox
X.
needs to ship more.
I just don't think they care. But Sony were, I was having I was having a civil conversation. The other twat was basically being a twat, typical fanboy. But if you are Sony, are you telling me that you can't tell the number of activated PS5s on your network that are coming
Normally, I'd
from
say
that are coming
they
from the
should know,
PlayStation
but
5?
it's also Sony because
Come on, there has to be
maybe,
some form of auditing trail, right? It's almost illegal for
I
them
mean,
not to
should
do
be.
that, right? It's just it should be
Yeah.
illegal for them not to be able to track that stuff.
Yeah.
Because they have to provide an audit report to
Yeah.
the government, so they know
Yeah.
exactly how many PS5s are out there, and they are purposefully choosing to use the word shipped. So what does that tell you?
Yeah. I mean, it's still gonna. I still don't think it's going to be that low sold because otherwise they're not going to.
Well, it's already been
shipping stuff out.
confirmed last year when they had 65 million units. Sorry,
That
when
was
they were at
shipped, right?
62 million units, that 25% of them hadn't been activated, switched on, which means that
Yeah.
25% of them were still in warehouses waiting to be sold. But those were counted in the shipped number.
I mean, because they were shipped.
Right, so that's not actually sold. That's just
No,
sitting in a warehouse rotting
yeah.
away.
As Automata says, I feel like it's probably going to be about 60 million sold a push.
Yeah,
I would probably argue 55 million sold.
I think you're closer to the mark. I think, Chile, you're closer to the mark at 55. Maybe 57, 58 million. Right?
Yeah, 55 million
But the
before
point-
the holidays, and probably since the holidays, 57.
But the point I'm making is Sony know the number, but they are deliberately
Yeah.
choosing not to give the correct figures. If a company chooses to deliberately omit the information, and there's some, I'm going to reverse this back to Xbox as well, by the way, so it's not just me going after Sony.
But I'm just saying that this isn't just Sony and Microsoft that does stuff like this. I'm going to go into my gacha game, right? Dragon Ball. Now, they always give a reward to if they reach number 1 in top selling, right? They will give a reward if you reach top selling. But during a big event like the anniversaries or something like that, they will actually bend their own rules and be like, "Oh no, sorry, it would be number 1 in in games, right? You have to be number 1 in games to get the top grossing." But they'll bend their own rules by saying that, we mean number 1 in all categories. If it's number 1 in any category, then you get the reward. So, like, a lot of companies just do this anyway.
Yeah, but what I'm saying...
Yeah, Bao Stoken Bao. Yeah. Woohoo!
They could easily give you the accurate figures.
Yeah,
But you're not
make
stupid
them
enough
look
to know...
worse.
But you are smart enough to know that Sony clearly here is fudging the numbers to make it look good to their investors.
Well, they're not fudging the numbers. These are the correct numbers.
These
They're
are the
just
correct
not
numbers.
The sales.
Right, but they're saying when they refer to 75 million shipped,
But
the
that is
industry
correct.
understands.
That is 75 million shipped.
The industry understands, and the way it's being presented to the investors and everyone else is that they've got 75 million PS5s activated right now out there, and that's not the case.
Well, no, they've said shipped, but they're not. That is not. You can't say that's fudging the numbers because they are saying 75 million shipped. They're
They
not
are
saying
playing
it even
wordplay.
says shipped.
And everyone understands.
Would be.
And everyone is taking that, including the media, as sold.
That's because most of the media are dumb.
Oh, so are you
And
now
most of the
saying
people on
that
social-
all of these PlayStation influencers are dumb? Be
Yes.
careful now. Okay, that's it. That's all I wanted to hear. But so you're agreeing that I'm right here?
I'm agreeing that you're right in a way, but also kind of wrong because you're saying that they're fudging numbers by saying shipped.
By
When in
making it
fact
sound no,
they
I'm saying no. 75 million has been shipped. I'm not disputing
yeah,
shit.
but they've not used the word sold in any any
And
sentence.
why
It's the
haven't they
companies,
used
people
that?
that
But why
that's the
haven't they
thing.
used
It's
that?
people that are reading into it, thinking that they mean sold.
No, but why
Sony,
haven't they used sold?
because as I said, they want to make it look good. Any company will do that. Every company will want to make
Except
themselves look
Microsoft.
bigger than they are.
Except
Yeah,
Microsoft.
yeah, Microsoft. Most companies will make them. Okay, 99% of companies will want to make themselves look bigger than they are by, like, they want to sound bigger. That's why they use the word shipped.
What is the incentive to using the word shipped? Chili just answered that, I think, and
Yeah,
when he said it makes the numbers look bigger. So right now, for
yeah.
example, Xbox has roughly about 35 million units sold worldwide, based on
And say 45 million have shipped.
and they could say we've shipped 45 million worldwide.
Yeah.
So Microsoft is giving you the amount sold, give or take. But technically, if Microsoft really wanted to, they could manufacture like 100 million, ship them out to manufacturers, and say, right, we've got 100 million Xbox Series X's and S's shipped. That would be no different.
I mean, they could even fudge. They don't even have to ship that, right? They could fudge the numbers by saying we have 150 million devices with Game Pass installed because of PC, Amazon Fire Stick, and all that lot. They could fudge the numbers that way.
They will do that eventually. Numbers. They will do that. Well, they kind of do that already with the whole MAUs at 500 million plus, right?
Yeah.
So they're already doing that.
Nintendo use the word ship? The thing is, the Nintendo kind of does as well.
I don't know. That's 150 million Switches in 2 years of it being available.
10. No, I don't say 10, but the Switch has been available for a long time, right?
7 years.
7 years. Oh, I'll take my 10. I just threw a number out my bum.
But Jez is making a good point here, and I'm seeing a lot of PlayStation fans coming and really attacking. I feel sorry for Jez at times because what he's saying here is actually logical, right? Are they new users or just PS4 users upgrading? And as we now know, officially, 60 to 65% of them are just upgrading. So you may be selling more consoles, but you're not growing.
Yeah.
Right? That 65% is just the same people playing on the same network. They're not new customers. Now, they have got new customers, don't get me wrong. 35% are new customers. And they're probably people who are either up and coming new because of their friends, or people who basically, switched from Xbox to PlayStation. Or they decided to buy a new console, to have both platforms. The bottom line is, even that number that's being sold, and remember what I said when I said, look at all these, the PS5 Pro. It's sold, 10 million?
Which is good, actually.
But
that's actually really good.
How many people bought a PS5 Pro without owning a PlayStation 5? Compared to someone owning a PS5 and upgrading to the PS5 Pro.
To be fair, though, you say that, but how many people have bought 5 Switches?
Look, the Switch is different. We don't talk about Nintendo fans because they are a different breed. Do not attack me, Nintendo fans.
How many people have bought a different coloured Xbox?
They don't do them. They only did one.
How many people want to buy
special one. And look, if they actually started doing stuff and not giving them away at sweepstakes, I probably would. Right? But they don't do it.
Anyway, if we're actually using numbers, I would say probably 2 million new PS5 Pro owners.
Right. So you're saying, and 8 million are just people upgrading.
Who upgraded? Yeah.
Right.
And I'm being very generous with the 2
million. But that 2 million that you've given is inside of that 35%. And you earlier today said, give or take, it's about 4 million. So half of the people went out and bought a PS5 Pro, and the others probably during the Christmas sale when.
Well, actually, no. Sorry. If I said 4 million, no, I would say maybe closer to 1 million because I really don't think that many people have bought a Pro.
At $800, yeah, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Especially, and this is where I say Sony got the win, right? They get a W.
Yeah.
They knocked down the PS5 price from 500 quid in the UK down to 350 quid at Christmas.
Yeah.
That was insane. And Microsoft knocked it down from 450 down to 400 quid. They couldn't even match what Sony were selling them for. And, so that's, if you're going to a shop, you can buy a Series S for 300 for the 2 terabyte one. For what was it, 300 quid? Or you could pay £50 more and get a PS5. People were looking at that, and clearly the PS5 won over the Series S. But what I'm saying, the point that I was making here is the majority of those, that 65% is just upscaling. So what Jez is saying here is true. Now, Brad Sams over here is saying, does it matter if it was PS4 users? Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
100%.
Hey.
That this guy is supposed to be like, he owns his own company and shit, right?
Yeah.
He's like a business person, and he's turning around and saying that it doesn't matter. Okay, sure, yes, you're getting a bigger number of consoles sold, but it has to matter.
And you want to... Well, it both doesn't matter and does matter. Like, in some ways, it's good, the fact that they're showing that they're still keeping a attachment rate for old players. So the fact that the old players are sticking with the same platform shows that they're going to have a consistent install base.
Oh yeah, I get that.
It
but
also
they're not
matters.
growing.
It also matters, but it also matters more that they get more new users as well as those consistent old users. So,
right, I agree. No, I agree. You need to kind of keep your current base, and you want to upsell them to the new one. But obviously, you want to bring new people in as well. And Microsoft is helping Sony do that by saying, "Hey, we're going to release all of these great games on your platform." So if you go to a shop in the UK right now, any shop, I went to where Blue Water, right? Blue Water has a couple of game shops. And I was there on the weekend. They even opened up an arcade center. Can you believe that?
We have arcades, but we don't have any gaming shops in my town.
No, we have like 1 or 2 left. We've got a game, and there was another kind of.
We had a game, but then they
one.
found a load of dead pigeon corpses.
Well, it's
and
usually a bad omen. But I went in there with my daughter, and the clerks are basically saying you're better off getting a PS5. Because they get the best of both worlds, right? And I'll just.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. This is the problem. So, they're obviously going to sell more. There's just no denying that, because even shop owners are advising for them to go the other way. But if you're not actually those numbers are completely fudged, and the industry, when people say, "Oh, Sony is growing exponentially well," they're surpassing what they did with the PS4 and the PS3 and stuff. No, they're not. And when someone like Brad Sams here turns around and says, "Does it matter if it was a PS4 user?" It absolutely does, because Sony isn't getting any extra money off that. If those users upgraded from a PS4 at Christmas, which a lot of them did, I think they got like 9 million consoles sold during that period. If a large chunk of them bought them during the sale, not only did Sony lose quite a bit of money on the hardware, but they're not getting any new users. So that's technically that's a net loss for Sony. Not only are they not growing the user base, sure, 75 million shipped consoles, they can plaster that around, but they're not growing. And I think Jaywood here puts it right. I don't think the answer is quite that clear. This generation compared to last, Nintendo is up because they're always up. Almost every household has 45 Switches for some reason. Dude, I saw this video years ago in Japan, and they had like a shoe rack at the top, and the person had every single color of the Switch, and the Switch Lite all just stacked together, I'm like, how many Switches does one person need? But they just collect them because they're so cheap.
All of them.
Sony is slightly down. Obviously, Xbox is spiraling because there's, no one can deny that. But
yeah, I'm gonna say you can't tell me that that's
no. But that
Leaf says divide 75 by 2, and that's the PS user base. I don't think it's that low, Leaf.
No, it's not that low. But I think 58 million is
the
about
lowest
right.
is 50. Lowest is 55 to 58 million. Now, if you're talking about Plus members, maybe, but I doubt it even that low.
Let me see. That's that. That's that. So here's Nibs. This is actually quite tame for Nib. Can you see this text here? Chili?
Okay.
Normally it's about 6 times longer than this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's like, yeah.
It's like a mini novella that basically can be done in probably about that many words. But you're seeing here, like, they're focusing on the wrong thing. Like, why are they even focusing on Xbox here?
Yeah, why?
And it really does, like, something I said earlier today, which loads of people got pissed off at me. Like, those 8 notifications are probably people still angrily swearing at me. I got a lot of that today. Why are PlayStation fans so happy to eat shit, but say that it's perfectly good shit, right? And I'm not saying all of them, because clearly there are some sane people out there. But a lot of these influencers, you are definitely one of them. A lot of these influencers and, content creators, they come out here and basically are willing to eat any dribble that's given to them as long as it's doing better than Xbox. And that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it's making 1 penny more than Xbox. Woo! Growth! Woo! Sounds great.
And, the hardware has increased by 16%. Gaming total revenue has increased by 16.5%. But you're not gaining any new customers, right? Or very little customers. So where is the investment from the new coming in?
Yeah.
Where is it coming in? And,
that's probably because so many games nowadays are free to play. So they're not even buying that many games.
No, I mean, I play so much.
Buying it, and they're buying the PS5, and you know what they're downloading?
Genshin
Fortnite, Apex Legends, Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves, and maybe GTA 5. Because everyone seems to own GTA 5.
I don't. You finally know someone that doesn't own GTA 5. I did download it.
You're the first person in the world.
My kid downloaded it when it was available on Game Pass, and then it went away. But I do not own GTA 5. I mean, you owned it at one point.
I
rented it.
Yeah.
But I didn't play it. I've just never liked GTA.
I'm excited. I don't know. I enjoyed. Powerboss says, I dislike GTA franchise as well. Finally, we've got the community that doesn't like GTA. But you got nearly everybody owns a copy of GTA because of how much it's sold. Like, I know I'm joking about that, but like it sold GTA 5, was it like 100 million copies?
Oh yeah. It's ridiculous. Don't get me wrong. I get why GTA is super popular. Right? I'm not saying it's not. It's just it doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to make. Over 210 million copies since February 2025. So I know probably not everyone owns it, but there's just so many sold that it feels like everyone owns it. Like, even if you don't think you bought it, it's in your account now. You don't remember buying it, Rockstar's just
don't.
putting it into people's accounts so that they can get that more sold.
What's the date today? Actually, it's the 13th. I think you've got like 2 more days. For those of you that don't know,
Okay.
now that he was mentioning that, outside of the fact that, Sony, that hacker tried to put Concord onto everyone's account, Steam are doing for £3.50. They're giving you Fear 1, 2, and 3 and all the DLC for £3.50. That's a good deal. I don't know if I'll ever get to play it, but at £3.50, that's just a no-brainer.
Yeah.
So definitely, if you do have a PC, definitely check it out. What is this? Right, so he's constantly going to focus on the wrong things but yeah, so they've got like 60% increase in just uptake from old players going to the system.
Yeah,
that's not a lot. I mean, those are throwaway accounts. Those are throwaway consoles. The 35-40% new customers is good from the amount that they actually sold. So that was like, as you said, like 3-4 million throughout the whole year. Yeah. It's not growing as quick. The industry itself isn't growing as quickly as the numbers make it out to look.
The cost of stuff is going up, but everything else is not going as fast as the cost is.
Yeah, no one is denying, right? But in Q3 last year it was 8.2. Now it's 9.5. That's an impressive number. No one is denying that. But when you're talking about people upgrading, they are throwaway accounts because they're not adding any. You're not adding any. There's no additive value to it. It's just the hardware selling. You're not getting any new users that will then go and buy another copy of that game. And if that person was just playing Call of Duty, they're still going to be playing Call of Duty, and all you got was a loss in sales on the hardware. Especially if they bought it over Christmas. Right?
Yeah.
At 350 quid, that's a guaranteed hit on the console. And if they didn't buy any games with it at all, because they wouldn't need to, there's no attach rate, which is, at that price, you'll probably need about 3 or 4 games to cover the cost of the console. So the numbers aren't... The numbers tell a different story to what the reality of the situation is. But I don't see the growth in the industry like people are saying there is. And the 3-4 million that they've got new customers, I'm assuming at least half of them are from people having had enough with Xbox and moved over to or bought a PlayStation as a second console. Right? I agree. At least half of them. But then how is that? Even then, that is not growing the industry, is it? Because it's half of them aren't new. They're still the same people that you're servicing. So it's weird. I mean, I actually love consoles, right? I'm gonna be the
I will always be console.
I want consoles to exist, right? And I'm sad that Microsoft doesn't care for the consoles, but what they do, they are making a new one. You don't not care if you're not making a console. If you are making a console. They care a little bit. No, they care because Game Pass is tied to it. It's the number one way to sell Game Pass, right? But I get the whole agnostic way that they want to be. And I don't fully... I mean, Phil constantly talks about how the biggest games in the world, like Fortnite, Roblox, Minecraft, they're available everywhere. But, some games don't need to be that. I know these corporations, and Sony's no different, Nintendo's no different, they want the success of Fortnite on their platform. And they want to take all that money. And those games bring in the most money. FIFA, Madden. These are the games that actually make money. Your Genshin Impact, it made 100...
To be fair, though,
Show me a game.
That's any company that ever existed ever.
That's what I said.
Not just gaming companies though.
Oh yeah, but I'm talking about no. But the point I'm making here is, and I get the younger generation loving their Roblox and their Minecraft. I mean, that's all my kids are playing at the moment, dude. They've even stopped playing like proper story-based games. All they're playing is just these indie games, and they're playing Minecraft, and they're playing Valorant, they're playing Apex Legends, they're playing Fortnite, Rust, Ark. I tried to get them to sit down and play a single player game, and it's like they were looking at me and I was like their adopted father or something. It was weird. But it's at least the way from my point of view, I don't care for those games, and I don't want gaming on any platform to just be Fortnite and Apex Legends and Madden and FIFA, the ones that mass appeal. But when you're looking at games like Genshin Impact, right, which last month in January made $100 million, that's excluding sales on PlayStation 5, PC, and Xbox. It made $100 million on mobile alone. That's insane. That's crazy money. And that's the holy grail that all these companies are going for, and that's why they're trying to get these live service games, these free-to-play games.
That's why I've been I supported Sony's idea, and a lot of people hated Sony's push for live service games, but I support. If you ever listen to the PlayStation podcast that I do, I've been supporting it the entire time because I know that Sony.
Thanks, Power.
It's one of the best way to get easy money. Yeah, thank you, Power. There's been a lot of stuff going in the chat. Please, I know I'm a pony chat, but please behave yourselves a little bit.
I wasn't paying attention. I was just looking at the numbers and thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The chat's been there's a little bit back and forth in the chat. So thank you, Power Boss. Please behave, chat.
But yeah, so and I don't like that feature. I don't like the feature. Well, what I do find weird though is that on Xbox, I actually tried to get one of those monthly passes for Genshin Impact, and the store doesn't work. I still can't figure out why. I'm pretty sure it works for others, but it doesn't work for me. It's basically telling me, no, you shall not pass. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. Have it your way. But yeah, I don't feel the industry is growing. And I think what Jez Corden said is absolutely correct, right? When Jez Corden said it here, it absolutely does matter if they're going from PS4 to PS5, because the sale of the growth trajectory is identical. It doesn't move. You're not changing anything. You're selling more consoles, but you're not gaining anything. And one of the things that I will always say, Xbox did it last generation, so did Sony with the whole Pro console. To me, that's just the number one way just to pad your console numbers, with people upgrading to the next version of the console, because it still counts as a console sale.
But that's any company ever that would do that, especially with the sales not being as good as they expected. Any company would. Microsoft would be doing the same thing if they still cared about anything ever.
And my response wouldn't change.
Yeah, your response wouldn't change. I'm just saying that. I just hope you understand that Sony's just doing the same thing that anyone else would have done.
Oh, in February it's going to crash because there's no good characters. The new characters that came for Feb suck. But
Leaf says, you can...
Go on.
Leaf said you can do that TCG Live and buy booster packs and put them in. I miss when there was there was a card, but rest in peace, the owner, because he passed away a long time ago now, about 10 years ago now. He was a lovely guy, but he used to sell singles. It's like he'd open the pack and sell singles, right? But he would also then just stock all the TCG codes and then sell them for 25p each. So you could buy the packets for the digital game, like tons for really cheap. You could just go in and buy a load of the packs for your digital game. So yeah. Yeah. Steam and Epic Metros. Yeah. Don't Steam often go by user accounts, right? And installs. Well, you're going to Sony's financial year where they said they have growth throughout the New Year's is just... Yeah, they had growth for the New Year's, but it wasn't as much as people seem to think it is. Metal Gear 89. By the way, Metal Gear is a great franchise.
Sorry about that. Kids.
I don't know if it was legal, Leaf, but a lot of companies do it. I really don't know if it was legal.
Brick, I've got no doubt it may have been exaggerated, but I expect it to crash in February. But January, you had Mavuika, Sidlali, Arlecchino, and Clorind. Those were really big, like, heavy hitters.
Oh. Well, don't worry. We had, for Geo, we had Goku fused with Hercule. By the way, if you do like that Dokkan Battle content, I am going to be posting more on my YouTube channel. Sorry for the self-promo.
No, go for it. I've always...
Because I saw Power Boss plays Dokkan. I'm hoping to react and post a reaction to the live stream with the characters on Friday. But the issue is the live stream's at 1 a.m. And then I'm going in the morning. Well, I say morning, but about 11 a.m. I'm heading off to go see Captain America in York. So, yeah, we'll see. Because the banners also go live in the morning. So I don't know if I can make a video. But yeah, you can go. By the way, I'm at 128, I think, subscribers now. I'm 2 away from 130. So.
Nice.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm 2 away. I don't know if you saw, but I hit 50,000 views as well. So
just to confirm, if you look at the graph, it is 42. It is 40 or 42%, something like that.
Need to pay more token. Well, Power Boss,
40%.
if you want to play it, I'd recommend now because it's the 10th anniversary. So
10th anniversary.
Yeah. Do you mind if I put my link in?
Go for it.
120. I have some shameless channel plug. Well, thank you. Did you really? I'm gonna refresh.
Actually.
And you didn't unfollow. Thank you, though.
Yeah, I was wrong there.
Answer.
I remember. I think it was Crap Gamer. I think it's in here. I saw it. Yeah, here it is. There it is.
Okay. 42% of new users. So that would mean that. So no, I thought you meant like 42% were old users.
So 60% is old users.
58.
Whatever. I'm just rounding it.
You're rounding it up 10%. That's a big round up.
10%? Where are you getting 10%?
Well, you had 60.
And that's 2. I'm only doing 2%.
You said 68. Well, it'd be 58, right?
No, not 68. I said 60%.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 68. Sorry.
I was doing 60-40 because that's what I remembered.
Okay. Well,
but yeah.
It's 58%.
So
50% of old users.
No doubt some are, but 60% are existing users, and that's a lot.
Yeah.
So the consoles that they actually sold, where is it that he sent over here? From 9.2, so you're looking at what? Give or take 6 million of that is...
Hey, look! Exactly what I said.
Yeah, so 6 million is existing users upgrading, and then 3.5 is thing. So yeah, you was really close when you said 4 million.
You're welcome, Internet.
It was almost bang on. But yeah, 3.5 million. So from that, what I'm saying is from that almost 10 million.
What can I say? I rounded up.
There you go. But from that almost 10 million, almost 4 million, you know, what I'm saying is the numbers tell a different story to what's actually being delivered.
Something for being a clever ass. Look, I'm sorry. Chaos won't have me on again. That's my punishment. I say that. Hopefully not. I actually like being on here. Chaos, you're right about everything.
There you go. But
Oh, yeah, I
yeah,
see.
so like I said, the numbers are telling a different story, in my opinion. And you know, both of these companies need to be increasing their thing. Notice how in these years they didn't mention in these quarters here. There was never a mention of the percentage split of new users to existing. Right? Last year in their report, why do you think that is?
Because it's gone down.
Or there's 3.3 million. What, maybe 2.5 million of them, 3 million of them was existing users upscaling. 3.5 million upscaling. 6 million upscaling. Notice how this is the only one that they've ever shown that pictograph in. So your estimate of 55, which I think is slightly off because I think it is slightly higher, is 58, I'd say, closer to 58, 59, I'd say, somewhere around there. I think is closer. Is about right. Of activated consoles. Still, it's a good number, but it's not growing. It's not, it's not growing at the level that they want it to. But Sony will still take that as a win. Why not?
I mean, it's still a win. It's not a big win, but it'd be like, it's still a win.
It's still potential for them to, grow more.
Growth is still growth. No matter what, even if it's 1% growth, it's still some growth. Especially because of the fact that they've had such a rocky start to I want to say rocky start, but this generation's almost over. They basically, just because they've such a rocky generation. Like, it's been a rough year for them. Rough, generation for them. So.
What can I say? We're getting on to some gaming news, because we're done with the maths talk and all of this. We eventually came to the conclusion that I was right.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones.
Hey, look, it's Indiana Jones.
It's getting its third update with NVIDIA DLSS 4 support with multi-frame generation, DLSS ray reconstruction, and a bunch of bug fixes, which may finally fix the bug that I've had, where the NPC wouldn't give me the collectible. And so I've got 100% in every single thing except for that one item. So hopefully they'll fix that. But this is a really good game. This update comes out soon. The patch notes will come out next week, apparently. Still no announcement of a release date on PlayStation, so I'm guessing they're still working on it.
Well, it's spring, right?
They said spring, but that could be literally right at the end of spring as well, right?
Yeah, that could be.
Or just delay it straight out to summer if they're not ready.
We're not even in spring right yet, really, technically.
No, it's still in autumn. Well, winter.
Spring is until June, so I could see it being the late June, maybe.
Let's Steve, hurry up and get your 1590 so I can potentially come and just take your 4090. And I'll leave you a bottle of Lambrini in its place. With a sticker of hairy Selma Hayek. Trust me, he'll get the reference.
Asphalt 2 remake at the next day of play.
What's that?
Someone said they were going to announce a remake of Astrobot 2.
But see, that's the kind of brand image that they've got. They remastered games way too quick, and
the problem is they've got so many games that they can remaster that people want. It's not the fact that they want remasters; it's the fact that they're not releasing the remasters that people want. But I keep telling people. By the way, we know Sony doesn't want to touch Bloodborne until the developer is behind it, because they've said that They've said that they don't want to touch it until Miyazaki is behind the project because he loves it so much.
That's
their
what it
statement.
was. I thought he died.
No, it's just that he's busy with the other Souls games, and so until he's free to actually work on Bloodborne, they don't want to touch it.
Okay.
But I kept telling people, even if he was working on it and it's in development, it wouldn't be here. It wouldn't have been at this event because next month is the anniversary. So why would they announce it here when next month is the actual 10th anniversary date? It would if it's going to be anywhere, it'd be next month. It'd be weird to announce something now.
And look, I remember there was I recall reading something about it. I just didn't realize taking years off the guy's life expectancy was what it was all about.
So yeah. Sony's next State of Play will be... No, they have one before that, right? Because I think they... Well, okay, they don't have a State of Play, but they have a Borderlands one, right? I think they announced the Borderlands one for April or something like that. I know they said that there's a special Borderlands State of Play coming out. They announced that during the Borderlands event. I thought that was... Coming. Oh no, it just said spring. Okay, maybe I was wrong. Okay.
Where is this?
God of War special event. No, there's a Borderlands special event. Gotta wait until June for another good show. Games Fest, good show. That's a strong wording to use.
I mean, it could be good. I mean, it probably won't be. But it could be. Even if there is a 1% chance. You know, like Dumb and Dumberer.
Yeah.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah.
Of a 1 in a million chance. But it's still a chance. Right? No?
Yeah. Woodput says as I said, I enjoyed the show. It was there was some I think there was a lot of games for all different people there.
Yeah, my internet has been really awful tonight. So if there has been any hiccups, chat, I'm really sorry, but the last few days has been really, really bad for me. So hopefully there hasn't been anything crazy bad. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this update finally fixing stuff because there was a few bugs. I mean, in my review, I actually docked it some points for the issues it had, which some may say I'm being
good
harsh,
for you to do.
but I think it was deserved. I mean, to me, it would have been a straight.
You're
10.
reviewing the product, so if you're reviewing the product, you've got to be fair with what you experience.
Yep, that's exactly how I feel. And so it got docked a little bit. Avowed. Probably the last thing on my topic list. Chaos, you should have saw the PlayStation chat spamming GTA 6. There was no way that was going to be there. If GTA 6 is going to be shown, it's going to be at the Summer Games Fest or at Video Games Live. It'll be at the Game Awards if it's delayed to next year, which I believe it will be delayed to next year, which is why it's going to be at the Game Awards. But if by miracle it's not going to be delayed, and that's a Hail Mary miracle, then it'll be at the
Chaos.
Summer Games Fest. Yes.
I want your thoughts on the intro. I don't want it to be streamed because I want to keep it for when I stream myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to know your thoughts on it, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Right, do you like Marvel at all?
I do. Do you want me to do it after the stream, or do you want to do it now?
I do. I want to see your thoughts on stream.
Okay, where are you sending?
I know I don't want it to be shown yet, but like, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hopefully the link will work.
Alright, I need to make sure that the audio is off.
I don't think there's any audio, so
Okay.
it's okay.
Let's have a look. Alright. That's really cool.
So
yeah, that is really cool. I know I can't show it to chat. It's an exclusive.
Yeah.
But it's really cool. If you want to see this, you're going to have to go and check out Chili's Twitch stream when he's going live. But yeah, this shit is cool.
What? Yeah.
He
did it one night, by the way.
I might have to commission this dude. This is really cool stuff.
Yeah. Again, he gives me a discount because he's kind of I don't know if it's using me as a test because he hasn't done this before, but he's also charging me less because we're friends. But yeah.
Yeah, a friend of a friend gets
I don't want to give you a price. So.
Let's see what this Digital Foundry thing said.
But yeah, I wanted your thoughts on it.
That was really good, by the way.
Thank you. Steve says, "Screw Chili, stream it."
That's PC analysis. That's medium, high, epic. Okay, I can see it's a little shinier here. But this is like really low res, right?
Yeah, I was going to say that the quality of the footage isn't great.
No. So
we saw everything. Steve says they saw everything. I don't know if that's true.
They did not.
I can go back, Steve. I have that power. Yeah, you don't.
Sadly, Replaced has been delayed. I think by the time this game comes out, it's going to be the demise of itself and they're just going to cancel it.
I'll be honest, you're the first. I've never heard of it before.
So it was shown 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, at one of Xbox's showcases, and it looks really bloody cool. And there's been a number of play tests and, you know, internal tests and external tests, and they've brought it to game shows, and it looked all fine. And then it got delayed to 25, first quarter, then to the first half, then to the second half, and now it's just got a 2026 release. So it's been delayed till...
Do we know that... well, I guess you said there was playtests. Never mind. I could say, do you know if the footage was real? If there was playtests, of course it's real.
No, it was real. And now it's been delayed to 2026, which is disappointing. I was very much looking forward to it. And sadly, it's been delayed to 2020. The problem is, when you keep delaying the game... Now, don't get me wrong. I know people are going to say, delay it until it's ready. I agree. But there's a saying, if you delay it too long, people just don't care anymore. And by the time it comes out, people have listened to the name long enough that they're just not interested in the game when it comes around. And I feel for these guys because I think that's what's going to happen to that game. Because it looks bloody cool. And I was super hyped for it when I first saw it. And I was looking forward to it in 24, and it was just bad. That was this clip. I'm going to put the Digital Foundry video here. Because I want to check this out. By the way, chat, are you guys cool with checking out the Digital Foundry video? Gaming? I don't know. But it's just disappointing. All right, so I do know that Riri Gaming was not happy with it. So if Riri Gaming was not happy with it, then it must be good. But you do have to wonder, what is it with these PlayStation fans doxing people and taking pictures of their kids and posting it on social media? Like, one of them literally downloads pictures of kids. You know, he's a PlayStation fan and he's downloading pictures of kids onto his phone and then posting them on social media of other people's kids. It's weird, man. Just weird. Absolutely bit weird. It's illegal everywhere, Cesano, but it's happening in the US. So whether it's illegal or not, this person is US based. Actually, I don't know where you're based, Cesano, to be fair. That's me being, you know, assumptionist. All right, here we go.
Avowed surprised me. This beautiful, open-ended role-playing game is gorgeous. It runs smoothly on PC and consoles alike, and it leverages Unreal Engine 5's latest features almost without fault. But anyone familiar with Obsidian Entertainment's storied history would also know that its track record for technical polish isn't exactly sterling, which is precisely why I was so surprised and impressed with Avowed. Against the odds, it's one of the better uses of Unreal Engine 5 I've experienced to date, utilizing the engine's promised features with minimal visual issues and solid performance. So today I want to share my thoughts with you on the visuals, demonstrate its strengths, discuss its weaknesses, while comparing the two Xbox versions and sharing impressions of the PC version. Alex Battaglia also joins us in this video to discuss his findings on lower spec PCs.
So one thing he said there that really excites me is the fact that if Obsidian, and this is no disrespect to Obsidian at all, but if Obsidian has managed to master the technique, master the controls, and the tools of Unreal Engine 5, Coalition Games is going to absolutely smack it out of the park. This just actually made me even more excited, like to the next level for what Gears may do, because I don't think Coalition are probably one of the best, if not the best, that I've seen when it comes to Unreal Engine and pushing it to its limits. So damn, that's actually pretty cool.
People in the chat are saying, "Show your screen." I'm back.
I'm showing the screen. I totally was showing the screen. You guys just aren't seeing it. It didn't update. That's what it was.
Hey, but you got 2 memberships because of it.
Bullets. Wait. So if I put it back to this other screen, are you gonna send me more memberships? Is this the new way to get? Is this the new way for me to extort memberships?
What kind of experience can you expect? Let's find out. At its core, Avowed follows a model not unlike The Outer Worlds, one of Obsidian's previous games. What I mean is that it's an open world game, but with a smaller, more focused scope rather than a single giant sprawling map. This, I feel, works in its favor,
in
as
my
the
defense,
Living Lands offers
I
beautiful,
did click it.
interesting places to explore, broken up into moderately sized
Also,
chunks.
chat back.
But each of these areas has a lot to see
Paul
and
says,
do
"Don't
within.
be Reforge."
So
Be
pre-release,
bad. Sorry.
I can't
He-
say
he
that
did
any
say
of
don't
the
be-
trailers grabbed my attention, at least visually.
Yeah.
But I want that 20 bomb
myself, I was genuinely surprised by its beauty and atmosphere.
and a 50 bomb.
I would almost describe the game's
That's how it
aesthetic
goes,
as
right?
an unusual cross between the Elder Scrolls series and Chrono
Like, I
Cross.
refuse. Like,
Seriously,
I have still
the game is
refused to add
bathed in
anything
bold
to the higher
colors,
tiers
unusual shapes,
to the Twitch
and
memberships
towering
because
structures. When you enter
someone
a
did it
dungeon,
once,
you're often
and
treated to
that, like,
visuals that you may
so I
never
just
have
slapped our
expected
logo
to
into the
find
emote slot. I'm like,
in a
look,
typical dungeon.
I really don't want people
It's
to pay that much
honestly
money,
really
so fine.
impressive.
You can just get
As I
our
noted
logo as
earlier,
an
of
emote.
course,
That's all you get.
Obsidian's first-person RPGs have also
Please
exhibited a lot
please
of
spend that
bugs
money on
and
other
general
things.
lack of polish. While Avowed is
Like-
not perfect, and you may still
I would
bump into
rather
rough
people
patches
like-
from time to time, it's surprisingly
Everything's
well
expensive
tuned,
now. Nobody-
managing to avoid
nobody has
most
money.
of the pitfalls we
I'd
saw
rather
in
you
their prior
focus
works.
on yourselves first.
Certainly, things like animation,
That's just me.
camera
I don't know
movement,
about you.
NPC behavior, battles, not to mention technical performance, all feel so much more polished.
Do you know something that he just showed there, which is something I actually like, right? If you see it here. Sorry, I know I'm going back.
What game is this, by the way?
This is
'Cause
Avowed.
I said I'd be back. Okay.
So where he was swinging the sword, you
Yeah.
actually saw feedback on the enemy. It kind of staggered, it kind of moved back. And this was one of the things that I really didn't like about Western RPGs, where you'd be slicing them and chopping their heads off and it'd have no impact on visual impact. And that really
As
ruined
long as
my
it's not
immersion.
too much.
Works. Certainly, things
But
like
you see it
animation,
here, and
camera
I actually
movement,
appreciate
NPC
this, the effort gone
behavior,
into it.
battles,
You see it?
not to mention
Yeah, that looks
technical
good.
performance,
That
all
looks really
feel
good.
so much more polished.
By the way, one of the
As an
reviews, I
Unreal
can't
Engine
remember
5
which
title,
review
then,
it was, but I
comes
saw
no
it pop up on
surprise
my
that
phone.
Avowed uses both
Where they're like,
Lumen and Nanite,
Avowed is really
as well as
good.
virtual
It's a
shadow
good game
maps,
to keep you
but
waiting
it's
for Elder
how
Scrolls.
they're
I'm like,
used that really helps demonstrate their worth in this case.
you started off
Take
really
Nanite,
nice,
for
and then it
instance.
felt like
This
a jab.
virtualized
Like
geometry
you had to
system
throw
that
a
we've
jab at the end
discussed
of the review, at the
many
end of the
times
title.
in Digital Foundry is
I'm like,
designed to
just,
offer a
ending with
seamless,
the first part.
continuous
You don't need to
LOD
mention Elder
that
Scrolls.
massively reduces the perception
probably
of
PC
pop-in,
gamer.
or at least that's the goal, right? This is a perfect solution for open world games, where you often see objects either pop in or exhibit visual changes
It's a
based
very
on
pretty
proximity.
game. I like the different.
Drawing
is.
everything at
Had
full
the
I mean, this
detail
is
Bankers
actually
way
what
off in
gets
the
better
distance
reviews.
just
That
isn't
sucks.
realistic.
I'm excited for it still
So
gaming.
Nanite seeks
I'm going
to
on
basically
Saturday.
solve this by continuously
And then I'm going to get the most
adjusting
unhealthiest
the
burger that
detail
ever
level on
exists.
objects
And I
as
can't
you
wait.
approach. So with Avowed,
back.
they've
It's
managed to
back, Chaos, the
leverage
most
Nanite
unhealthiest
for
burgers back
virtually
in the
everything.
UK.
Take these trees, for instance. This
After
is
Have to try it.
usually a sticking
years.
point for these open world games. They're detailed and modeled out with a good
I think it's been
amount of
10 years.
geometry
I
on
don't know if
display.
you ever
but
heard of the double
let's
down.
step back across the map here. Focus your eyes on this tree in the distance. Now, as I begin to walk forward towards the tree, keep
No,
your eyes
wood pit,
focused
the
on
double
that
down.
tree.
It's
Note
worse
how it
than that.
never really changes or
Abbas
jumps
says-
in terms of perceptible
Well, I think Dragon Age
visual
5 should have been
quality.
more of what. Yeah,
The tree
this is-
feels consistent right
no,
up
I
until
don't know.
you
This is a
reach your
bit too-
destination.
I don't know.
That is Nanite in
Gameplay
action.
wise, yeah, but
The same is
That's
true of
Visually,
the
I don't think
buildings
this is
and the
Dragon Age for
landscape
me.
itself, for that matter. All of which feel
it not
extremely
all that frame rate,
consistent
though?
regardless of your position on the map. This means while exploring the living lands, everything just feels solid. More so than usual for games like this, especially those from Obsidian. It's a great showcase for
sorry,
virtualized geometry
I'm sorry, I'm a
rendering
Final Fantasy
as
player.
you
As soon
gain
as you
both
say
near and far
V,
field
my
detail.
brain goes to
But
5.
there is one caveat.
Force One says remain
Some
legend.
objects,
Chaos.
such
You
as
too,
clumps of
Force One.
grass,
Have a good
can
night.
still
Okay?
Have a good
get
night,
better
Force.
popping
Have a
in
good,
from
have a good
to
time zone.
Now, this
Thank you as
varies
always.
according to the PC settings or between the different
Well,
performance
while
modes on
I'm here,
Xbox.
if you are enjoying the
But
stream right
basically,
now, please
once
hit
an
the like
object
button.
does pop into the world, you should then
Toss
no
some
longer
membership and
perceive any
super chat
additional
in there
log
while you're at
changes
it.
while moving towards it. So it's just pop-in of small objects that you might pick up, but everything else is very
Look,
stable.
I'm just going to say the like button,
This
okay?
is in sharp contrast to something like The Outer Worlds, which was powered by Unreal Engine 4.
I know now how
That
to
game
get
has near constant
memberships.
LOD swaps
This is a
using the
good-
more
this is a good
traditional
learning
methods.
lesson.
So Avowed's use of
I mean, I've learned.
Nanite
Thank you.
is
By the
a
way,
huge improvement over what
I know
came
my
before it.
channel's been growing
There
quite
is one
fast.
other
I just want to say thank you to
distance-based
everyone that's
artifact
over
as
here
well,
that's come
though.
over. But thank you to Chaos for
Specifically,
all
you
the
may
advice.
have noticed
Chaos has given
something
me so
going
much
on with the
advice
shadows.
since I started.
Essentially, Avowed
And
seems to
I
make
don't think
use
I'd be
of a
anywhere where I-
combination
so
of
seriously,
virtual
I
shadow
can't
maps and
give enough credit
screen-space
to Chaos.
shadows
I
for
can't give
fine
enough.
detail.
You're
So,
welcome.
Thank you,
VSMs
Chaos, for
are
everything.
nice in that you can eliminate the flaws of cascaded shadow maps, but at the same time, they're very expensive and memory intensive.
Thank you to everyone that welcomes me to
combat
the
this,
chat when I
Obsidian
come
has
onto these
essentially
streams as well.
excluded smaller details like foliage
And I
from the
missed
VSM,
that person that said I've got a
instead
healing
relying on
voice.
screen
Where are
space
you?
shadows to
Why are
fill
you
in
not
those
back?
missing details. So this hybrid approach obviously
floated
has
to another
some
planet.
flaws that you'll spot while exploring the world, especially along the edges of the screen. But it still
So
looks
thank you, everyone.
pretty good, and it is a
This
lot
game
more
is pretty, though.
performant this way.
It is.
The results are still better than traditional CSMs.
And I get why
Then
they
we have
mentioned Elder
Lumen.
Scrolls because I
Now,
do get Elder
Avowed
Scrolls
uses
/
both
Fable
Lumen
vibes from all
GI
this.
and Lumen Reflections.
Like-
but the quality does vary per settings, which we'll get to
They
shortly.
just didn't need to.
At its best, Lumen provides an
looks
excellent
so
solution
good.
for real-time global illumination. Avowed features a dynamic time
this
of
is
day,
giving
and Lumen
Centipede on
allows
the
this
Atari
light to behave
2600 a
more
run for its
naturally.
money.
Rich shadows and
Man,
crevices are filled in
it's either this or
properly.
Pong.
Color
I don't
transfer
know.
is visible as light bounces
Gaming
across
says
the
really
scene.
just buy an Xbox.
While
Well, if
lumen
I had money,
reflections
and
allow
PC's coming
specular
first. Sorry.
surfaces to exhibit beautiful glossy reflections. When you combine these techniques
There's
with
80
the
on
stellar
Metacritic,
art
79
direction,
PC.
you get something that really feels impressive.
Yeah.
More
It's about
beautiful
what I
than
expected it, to be
expected
honest.
even. Obsidian has been using
I don't
Unreal-
like Metacritic, really, when it comes to
Just-
review scores.
Just to answer that, Steve, if you read some of the Metacritics that gave it 60 out of 100, they turn around and say that the world looks beautiful, the story is engaging, the gameplay is fine, but it's no Elder Scrolls 6. So they give it a 6 out of 10.
I
Like
mean,
one-
6
one of
out
the-
of 10 for 6.
One of the reviews
Scrolls
basically said that. They said it's got good music,
Yeah.
good gameplay, good graphics, good story, but it's not Elder Scrolls 6. It's a good pit stop till Elder Scrolls 6. I'm like, what?
Oh. The only good thing about Metacritic is the fact that my podcast makes a game about it every week, where we put a game in, guess what it's going to get, and then we give ourselves points based on what we get, what we guessed. Metacritic game. Nobody actually wins anything. It's like a typical British game show, but still, that's the only.
Real
That's
engine
all we use Metacritic for, is to make a game show about it.
I mean, it's just so biased, isn't it? Oh, when it comes to PS5, guaranteed it's going to get a 9. Without a shadow of doubt. And that's what's depressing, right? That is what is truly depressing. When this comes out on PlayStation, if it comes to PlayStation, it's going to get a 9. Shut up.
And don't worry, everyone. It's hard for me to even say this without laughing, because I know it's going to be every game anyway, but it's pro enhanced.
You know what?
Like every game.
I'm going to put a poll up just to see who wants me to kick you.
Like every game that has
for
to
a while
release
now.
anyway.
This is the
Go
first
away.
game they've made in 3D that manages to sidestep
but the thing is,
most of the...
it has to be. Like every game has to be pro enhanced, right?
Yeah, it does.
Isn't it like a?
It's a requirement.
I don't. It's frustrating that everyone seems to be hyped and excited that it's pro when it's a specific standard that they need to do.
Yeah.
It'd be like going, congratulations, the Xbox Series game is Xbox Series X enhanced.
Yeah, but you can't release a game now on PlayStation if it's not pro enhanced. So it has to have pro enhancement. You physically can't release a game on there.
Power Boss, it doesn't even have to be as good as the Series X version. It just means that it's gonna have it's gonna have some pro features.
Yeah.
Doesn't even have to use them good. It just has them.
Yeah.
The Series X version could still technically be better than the Pro version. It'll just mean that the Pro version has features that only the Pro can do. Doesn't mean they're going to do them any good. It could be that it runs at 60 frames per second, like the Series X version, but it has pisser, therefore it's Pro enhanced.
Yep.
There you go. Yeah, as Brick Wall says, just slap on the pisser and call it a day. That's all they have to do. They don't actually have to do anything.
The rendering issues that we're used to seeing in open world RPGs.
Yeah, just because it
clear
already
in this
has one
case
doesn't
that
mean it's not going to be
UE5
enhanced
delivered
and be more
actual
stable.
value to the team, allowing them
Air
to build
quotes.
their most impressive world to date. But of course, it doesn't change the fact that Unreal Engine 5 is a demanding engine requiring some sacrifices. So what does that mean in terms of performance and visual settings? Well, let's start by looking at the Xbox version. When played on a Series X, users of 60Hz screens have access to a quality mode and a performance mode. When
Avowed
connected to a
is
120Hz
Nice.
screen, however, a third option opens up, balanced.
What?
Those
This one
textures on the
targets
left are pretty
40
bad.
frames per second
Not gonna lie.
while
Wait.
maintaining near visual parity.
Wait, go back. They must have done this wrong. They must have got something wrong here.
When
That's the quality mode compared to the performance mode? Why does performance
gotta
look
be
better
flipped
than...
around.
They must have
gotta
got
be
this the wrong
flipped,
way
right?
around. They must have got this the
Yeah.
wrong way around. There's no way. This looks way better than this one. Even the rocks look
Even
more...
with the YouTube. I mean, I don't see much difference with the rocks, but the greenery looks way worse on the left.
Yeah. I mean, look at the rocks over here. You can see that there's
Yeah.
just there's more gradient detail. Bump mapping. You can see that you can see the mapping of the rocks that bit better as opposed to this one, which is more flat. This has to be reversed. There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no
There's more
way.
flowers. There's more flowers in the performance mode than there is the quality mode as well. If you look,
I think they just.
Connected to a 120 hertz screen, however, a
Who
third
how
option
uses
opens
60?
up.
My TV in my front room
Balance.
is still a 60
This one
hertz
Yeah,
targets
it's same as
1080p
mine.
40 frames
12
per
years ago.
second, while
Same as mine's
maintaining
is on it.
near
It hasn't
visual
broken,
parity
so I'm not
with
getting
the
a new
quality
one.
mode. Enabling VRR then unlocks yet another
Yeah, it's
option.
the balance mode.
One to uncap the frame rate. This is all excellent stuff. We've been pushing for 40 FPS options in games for years now, but it has remained relatively uncommon on the Xbox side of things.
That
So
was 2
I'm
frames per
relieved that
second mode.
Obsidian took the time to implement it here. These are exactly the types of future-looking options that we love to see in modern games. Now,
It's
if you're
Bleach
playing
for
on
me, Lee.
Xbox
Bleach
Series
next
S,
month, I'm
you
hyped
have
for that.
access to 2 modes, quality and balance.
Thank you for the
If you're using a 60
60
hertz
months
screen,
membership,
quality
Devastator.
becomes the only option. There is no
DCG and
60
MBG
FPS
admitted
performance mode
Xbox
here.
better last night.
But
nice.
what do these settings actually do in terms of visual quality, you might be wondering? So let's start with the Series X version. The quality and balance mode both feature full software lumen, including reflections, along with an increase.
I don't see a difference there.
No, I'm just gonna put this, Steve. I'm just gonna answer his. Just respond to that. I got my kids right to play football, as in soccer, in the living room, with the hopes that they're gonna accidentally kick it onto the TV. And they were so expertly careful at avoiding the TV. They hit They were almost like a stormtrooper. They hit everything in the room, but the TV.
Well, you know what, Chaos? I think I can. You know what? Do you know what want me to help you do this? Yeah, do you want me to help you break your TV?
What?
Do you know what you should do? You should be like, kids. Have you ever heard of this old ancient console? It's called the Wii. We're gonna play Wii Fit,
I've tried
but
it.
you're gonna stand right in front
tried
of
it.
the TV.
I've
Also,
I gave it to them without the strap. They held on to that controller like
Yeah.
they did life. It didn't work.
Yeah. Brick will have the
density
same idea
of
as me
small
dust off the
objects
Wii.
around the world, such as foliage. Quality mode has slightly more vegetation than balance mode, but they are reasonably comparable. When switching to performance mode, however,
I can't believe we're
you lose these
into
features.
the generation where
Lumen
we've
GI
got
is
to compare
still used, of
graphs.
course, but the results are somewhat noisier. Yet lumen
Yeah,
reflections are
as Susan
completely
said, there's
disabled.
YouTube compression
You
that
only
makes this
get
work
screen
worse.
space results, which is why
This will
when
probably be a lot
included,
better in
only the
person.
sky color can be observed
Yeah,
in the
but
reflection.
Can't really help that.
This wouldn't be a huge deal on its own, but they also had to sacrifice a ton of scenery detail. I feel like this area really
See, this
demonstrates
looks right.
what I
Performance
mean.
mode
It's as
looks
if
worse
someone
than the
used a
quality mode
magic
here.
Yeah.
They've actually
lawnmower
got
on the
this right.
surroundings here in performance mode.
It still
On
looks
top
good though.
of
I
that,
think the
the
performance
shadow
mode still
quality
looks pretty
also
good.
suffers, as the shadows appear somewhat grainy in performance mode.
All those frames. I hope that's
Speaking
not the
of
game's
grain,
frames.
there was one area in a dungeon
That
where
was
I
some
noticed the
stutter right
Series
there.
X version broke down even in quality mode. It seemed as if the game's denoiser basically stopped working
Yeah,
properly.
quality mode is 30
So the
FPS.
surroundings became extremely grainy upon close inspection. I only ever
I
encountered
mean,
it
I
this
I
one
don't
time,
normally
however,
care
but
about
it was
30
interesting.
FPS, but that was some stuttering.
So if performance mode is
You have
like
to have
this on Series
stable
X,
30 FPS
what is
for
the
me.
Series S version like? Well, the quality mode on that version is comparable to the balanced mode on Series X, though with reduced image quality, while balanced mode winds up falling somewhere between performance and balanced mode in the Series X version. The Series S balanced mode also loses lumen reflections like Series X performance mode.
that's fine.
Resolution-wise, quality mode on Series X seems to run around 1440p most of the time,
It's
with
a £200
upsampling to
console.
4K. Performance mode drops that down to around 1080p instead. Image quality is still reasonably acceptable, but it's certainly softer. Balance mode is trickier due to lack of capture hardware for 4K
Steve, I
120
don't like
output,
top-down
but
at all.
it seems to fall somewhere around
That's probably
what
one
we
of
see
the
in
only
quality
types of
mode,
games I can't
though
play.
perhaps a bit more variable. Series S in quality mode then seems to hold
Okay, now that I've
mostly
moved
around
over to a
the
monitor
1080p
instead of a
mark,
TV,
while
I maybe
balanced
can
mode
play it
drops
more.
closer to 720p.
But, like,
the issue
I
with
can't
balanced
play.
mode is that
when
the
I
resolution is
used to
just
play
a
games on
little
the
too low
TV,
for
it
this
used to
game,
make
with
me give me a
noise and
headache
pixel
playing them.
artifacts becoming rather severe, so I don't really recommend it in this case. So now we have an idea
I
of how
have
the
trouble
game looks on
looking
both
find
consoles, but
my
how does it
characters.
actually run? Well, in my
That's true,
experience, the
casual need to
quality
learn.
mode largely delivers on its 30
I'm just
FPS
not good
promise,
at when there's
with
so much
only
on
the
screen that I
tiniest of
lose track of
hiccups
my
here and
character. if
there.
I'm honest.
This holds true on both Series X and Series S, by the way.
Why are people just standing? It's almost like the world is dead.
The 40 FPS balanced mode is also solid.
It looks so
in both
beautiful, but
cases
it
from
doesn't
what I
feel
found.
alive.
That said, I've heard from another reviewer that they encountered a major performance drop.
I do wonder
during
if
one
they
specific
don't have
area,
animations just to
but
help
when
with the frame
visiting
rate.
the same area, I was
Maybe.
unable to reproduce this myself.
You know,
So
the
I
cities
think
just
the
feel
takeaway
kind of
here is that there
dormant.
is a chance for drops, but it's largely uncommon. That is, unless you're playing in the performance mode on Series
Look
X.
at it.
This
They're
is
all
a
just
mode where I
in
recommend
one place,
using VRR
fixated.
if it's an option, as there are major areas which are simply unable to lock down to the target frame rate
Just
of
give them
60.
phones.
The
then
first
it'd be
town, for
realistic.
instance, mostly falls below 60 FPS.
There's all
the
sat around
entire
playing
time.
Genshin Impact on their
There's
phones.
also occasional stutters like this, as well as a small tearing line along the top of the screen when the frame rate dips below 60 FPS, though thankfully it really is just those top few pixels. So not really
You know, you
noticeable.
play your TV. No, I play
Even
on my
still,
monitor
this
because I'm
is
too lazy to
Obsidian's best
swap
performing
between
console
monitors and
game by
TV.
far.
So I moved
It's
everything to
certainly
my.
not perfect by any means, but it's pretty good. My recommendation is, if you have the option, stick with the balance mode on Series X and quality mode on Series S. But what about the personal computer? My first impressions were largely positive. There were some minor stutters evident, but I felt as if the experience was largely smoother than other recent Unreal Engine 5 titles. But more on
I
that
mean,
in
we
a
grew
moment.
up with SD
The key
TVs that
here,
ran
though,
at
is that
50 hertz.
Avowed
Remember
supports
those?
additional features when compared to the Xbox version, while also potentially offering better performance. The largest
had higher
enhancement
resolution,
can
right,
be
but
found
lower
with
frame
the
rate.
inclusion of
That
hardware
looks so
lumen
good.
support for reflections and global illumination. This can be enabled or disabled by checking this box, though, as is the case
Ray
with
tracing
changing
on.
modes on Xbox, it is the one setting that
Now it's
requires
off.
you to restart the game. So, what does this actually do for you visually then? Well, let's start by looking at lumen reflections. When enabled, reflections look significantly better than in the default software mode, unlike Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, which I covered recently, where it was broken. To understand this better though, let me switch to a visualizer
How-
here.
yep.
So,
50.
with hardware ray tracing disabled, the
Ooh,
game
that
falls
looks
back
bad.
to software lumen reflections, just like we see on Xbox. And as we've discussed before with
That is
software lumen,
the worst I've seen
the
so
rays
far.
are actually being traced into a signed
No,
distance
this is a
field
technical
representation
breakdown.
of the environment. So there is still
Okay,
ray
good,
tracing
because I
happening,
thought the
but it's
text.
not
I
tracing
thought they were just
against
having text
geometry.
loading issues.
That's
No,
where
no.
hardware lumen comes in, where it does actually trace into
Okay,
a
good.
geometric representation of the scene. The
Just showing you
SDF
software
variant of
and
the
hardware
scene
difference.
just tends to be a lot less detailed. It's pretty clear that enabling hardware mode then massively boosts the details of reflections as a result, and it looks really great across the board. Whether it's water
I
or
can't
other
hear any
shiny
of the video, so
surfaces,
I'm just
it
trying to
does make a
guess.
big difference.
So,
But this also applies to global illumination.
You should be able to.
This scene, for instance, appears more detailed with
no.
increasingly
I-
granular lighting along
Can I
with
hear you?
less light leakage when hardware lumen is enabled.
Chat, can't you hear the
The
video?
same can be seen here as well.
I mean, they can probably
Notice
hear the
how
video.
on the hardware side,
can't
there's
you?
not only more objects in the scene, but there's more light actually filling the space. The area above the door frames, for instance, is completely black on the software side. This gets filled in with a
I
screen
can't,
space
if I'm
solution
trying to watch it
instead.
in the
So
specific
hardware mode
spot that
basically
we're
allows
watching,
far more accurate lighting calculations.
Right, I see.
But of course, this is more expensive, requiring a more powerful PC, but visually at least, I think the
I
results
cannot
speak
power
for
boss.
themselves. In fact, all of the cinematic shots in this video were created with hardware lumen enabled. I think it looks absolutely
looks
excellent.
Gorgeous.
The PC version also includes support for multiple upsampling
My
options,
only
including
audio is
DLSS,
Chaos
FSR3,
making
and
random
TSR,
remarks about
along
it.
with the native resolution
Sorry.
mode. You have things like sliders for
Johnson.
FOV and motion blur, as you'd expect, along with a slew of other settings. Of course, I played all this on an RTX 5090 equipped PC, and while I did encounter a few hiccups here and there,
Steve
the
gets
experience
triggered.
was, as you would hope, excellent. But I also wanted to better understand how it would run on a lower spec machine.
You want me
So
to
I
leave
called
again,
our
Steve?
resident PC expert Alex in to share his thoughts. Take it away, Alex.
Thanks, John, for the handoff. With Avowed on PC, I can easily say this game does things
Combat looks
better
good as
than
well.
the vast majority of Unreal Engine 5 titles on a technical level. But it still has standard issues
Ooh,
that we have
maybe I
come
can
to
hear it.
expect from
Very
Unreal
quiet.
Engine games. that will become more obvious the lower end your GPU and CPU are. Starting off with one of the better things the game does is shader pre-compilation. There is a shader pre-compilation step in this game that is somewhat brief, taking
Right, now
only
we're seeing
around
how
4
long
minutes
it
on a
takes to
Ryzen
generate
5
shaders.
3600. For the most part, this seems to capture a large amount of the possible shaders that the game could potentially use. But significantly, it does not precompile all of them that you will
That's quite a long
encounter
loading
in
time,
your
really.
adventure.
4
This
minutes
is
and 16
especially true
seconds.
when you get to the open world area of the
Not gonna
game,
lie.
where there, even on an ultra
Just for the
high-end
first
CPU
time,
like the
though. It's a one-off time.
9800X3D,
Yeah.
you can see frame time stutters between 100 or 200 milliseconds at worst for some of
So
the
it
more
runs
complex
in-
shaders
on
when encountering new creatures or areas for the
1080p
first time. In
epic.
fairness, this happens much less than I've seen in many other
144
Unreal Engine 5 titles,
-ish.
but it was visible
For a
to
really
see, and it was
powerful PC.
noticeable in the first time of play in the open world area when attempting to lock frame rates down even with a frame
Yeah,
rate
agreed, John.
cap.
I do get
On
Fable
a
vibes.
lower end CPU,
I get more
like
Fable
the
than I do
Ryzen
Elder
5
Scrolls, in my
3600,
opinion.
these frame time spikes from shader compilation can be more than 2 times in size and are even more
I also get some.
noticeable
I
as
get.
a result.
I get.
Here in the future, I would like to see the
Now,
devs
now that,
implement
oh my god! Now that we're
shader
watching more of it, you know what I'm
pre-compilation
getting
for all
actually?
potential shaders if possible.
I know this will
so
sound
that your
weird.
play experience
This
in
will
the
be
open world
completely-
is smooth the first
I
time
don't think.
you do
I
it.
think I'm the
Sticking
only
with
person
shader
in the world that's
pre-compilation
going to say this.
briefly, I
Chaos.
want to
Final
mention
Fantasy
that I
16.
surprisingly encountered
New world.
freezing during
New
shader
world.
compilation on both of my test PCs occasionally. It surprised me the most, especially on the Ryzen 5 3600, where I've never ever had
okay.
any stability
I-
issues.
I
Perhaps
swear
my
some of this
machines
gives
are
me
unstable
some
in a
New
way
World,
that only this game exposes,
um,
or perhaps this is a
vibes.
bug with the game. The developers have sent us patch notes for the game's first patch, which is
Yeah, so basically, the game at the beginning will load a bunch of shaders, which it's not loading all of them. I think you should have just loaded all of them. But it's not. It's loading what it believes is the most common ones. Once you encounter new stuff for the first time, it needs to download those shaders, and that's why you're probably going to get a little bit of a hiccup for the first time. But after that, it will have downloaded the shaders into memory, and it will stay there forever until you clear what you uninstall the game. But like with Alan Wake 2, I think or even the Resident Evil, I think. No, The Last of Us. If you remember Last of Us, it had all those broken graphics stuff on PC, is because people didn't want to wait for the shaders. And so when they eventually got there, it looked really horrendous. Shaders are really important. And people just need to have like 5 minutes patience. Although I think The Last of Us required like almost 20 minutes, which was ridiculous. But that's the difference between partially downloading and fully downloading. These guys are partially downloading it, and then stuff that you experience for the first time, it will blip for a second or so, and then that's it. It shouldn't do it again, because those shaders have now downloaded on the fly while you're playing.
is not available as of this video's production, and it does call out this issue, so perhaps it'll be fixed.
But
Either
don't you-
way,
don't
if
you
you're
see New
running a
World now?
Ryzen PC with NVIDIA drivers and come across the game freezing while
New World
compiling
I've
or
saw was
verifying
more
shaders, then
realistic.
know you are not alone.
Yeah,
Getting
but it's
into
more.
the
I
game
mean, like the
itself,
combat
one thing I'm
style.
happy
Like
to
I don't know.
Oh, the
is that
combat,
New
yeah.
World does
It's
not
just
seem
a
to be
Western
an
RPG.
issue
Combat,
at
even the
reasonable
world,
resolutions
not
like we see in many
like
Unreal Engine
the
5
world
games.
design.
Here, even
in
while
my
using
opinion,
an
I'm getting
8
new
gigabyte
world design.
4060
Because
while
I
leveraging
do.
hardware ray tracing, I was
remember the
still
game being third
not
person,
having
so
VRAM
that's probably-
issues. Hardware
that's why
RT
I'm
is great here,
remembering it
as
different.
John will have covered, and is
So nobody could play
eminently
with New World in
usable.
first
So
person,
the game is fine in regards to VRAM,
No, you
but
can't.
image quality in the game could be questionable at times on a
4060,
lower end GPU
jeez.
like this one. As I see it, many core graphical effects scale poorly to the low resolutions that many mid-range players will probably use. Take, for example, shadow quality in the game. On the RTX 4060, it defaulted to medium, yet at 1080p DLSS quality mode using that CNN 3.5 model that the game ships with, the shadows at rest are extremely grainy, constantly moving, and honestly look rather ugly.
Overwatch is
Only when the
also
shadows
adding
were
third
bumped up
person.
to epic
Thanks, Marvel
did
Rivals.
the
Now we can
noise
actually see our
Hey,
skin.
Bounty, how's it
control.
going?
The same proves true for the reflection and global illumination settings. At the aforementioned resolution,
Look, I'm just going to put this out there. Isn't the 4060 a really crap graphics card?
Yeah, it's bad.
It's a really bad
Even
one,
I know
right?
that. Yeah.
So
Well,
should-
aren't the 60 series like that anyway? Normally, like the 60 series.
But then shouldn't
never
they
that
be
good.
grateful that it's actually running it as good as it looks anyway, and those little artifacting things that they're getting in the distance shouldn't be a problem at all? I don't get
As
it.
long as said, bottom line, it's really a 4050.
Right. So
Yeah, the PC I was looking at was going to have a 4070.
looking at this, I'm like, what on earth are they talking about? Like, the fact that it even runs looking this good, I think it should be a blessing in disguise. I think
They looked rather poor until bumped up to high or epic.
Yeah.
So if you're going to play this game on a mid to low range GPU,
No, Steve, that's
you're
a
going to
bit
be
mean.
probably using upscaling, in which case you will probably want...
Look, if you've got a 4060 or a 4050, just go for a GeForce Now. At least they'll give you a 4080. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, but like some people can only afford a baseline GPU, so
Yeah, and that's what GeForce Now comes
I
in.
don't want to. Yeah, I'm saying that, but what they're in there is not good enough.
You can actually run GeForce Now perfectly fine with a 50 meg connection.
Well, congratulations! I'm currently got a 34.
Well, then, my advice to you is feed your hamster a little more.
Like I peaked today. I'm paying for 74 meg, and it says I can get 60 in my area. I got 41 this afternoon.
So you should ring up your company, your ISP, because they guarantee you 60, and you get your month's line rental.
No, they don't. My TalkTalk doesn't do that.
Oh, then just go with. Yeah, I don't like TalkTalk. Like
I've been with
I'm
TalkTalk
with
for like
now
15 years. So.
I'm with Now Broadband, and
I need to move from TalkTalk because TalkTalk currently has charged me £48 a month for 34 meg.
how much?
£48 a month.
Dude, I'm paying. I'm on a monthly subscription, pay as you go, which means I'm paying a higher tariff, and I'm paying £32 on Now.
Yeah, I'm paying 48.
Yeah, you need to move. Devastated $2 says, Super Chat, Frick caused Reforge to fully lose it last night. He asks for it. You know, he puts himself in front of these sort of things, and he does ask for it. I don't know why Reforge is like that, but it's entertainment to it's engagement for his community, I guess. But he puts himself in the line of fire so much. It's just weird. Although I do hope that the dude that broke embargo and released his review first,
8 or 2,000 tip $2 Canadian.
I think he should be blacklisted.
Frick caused Reforge to fully lose it last night.
He should be blacklisted.
Ooh.
Question that 42% from earlier about. That's a
Can
good
I go
question.
off topic? Sorry.
That's a good question, Chili. Before you do that, what do you think of that question? I'll bring it up.
Let me have a look.
But I think they said new purchases, right? So
What do you mean by new purchases?
the 40 to 60% and the 58% and the 42%.
Yeah. That could include PC users.
Because that would if they've signed up to PSN, that would technically be new users, right?
Yeah, that would be new users.
Move next door to Chaos. No one wants to do that with me. But it did say
Come to Hull.
It did say PS5 new users.
I mean, yeah, it does say new users.
Oh, well, we've
Which
almost finished
would
this
count
video.
PC. But anyway, sorry, Marvel Rivals just announced the fact that if you didn't get because they've announced that that there's going to be a reset, but the reset's not happening now, right? For the ranked, for part 2 of season 1. But then everyone complained because they didn't want a reset because they don't want to regrind back to gold again. Yeah, that rank again.
So they're giving everyone gems.
So now they've announced that when the second season starts, if you do get gold, you'll still get the first outfit as well as the second one.
All right.
So, and they're not resetting the rank either. So if you already hit gold, you'll as long as you do 10 matches in ranked, you'll get the reward. So anyway, carry on, sorry.
To bump up shadows, global illumination, and reflections up to the epic setting to reduce the amount of noise in them. The standard denoising for all these effects is just not high quality enough at this resolution here.
But it's a crap graphics
Another thing
card.
that helps with noise and image quality in
I'm not
general
even
would be
saying this in a
injecting the
negative
transformer
way.
model of DLSS, which will clean up fizzle
You
from
don't
GI.
expect
like
the
I
bullshit from
know
a
that
Ford
Steve-
Escort.
So that is another thing you can do to help out image quality here.
Yeah, you're probably right, Steve. If it said PS5, then it doesn't.
Like any and every Unreal Engine game that tries to do worlds larger than a small
Like,
hallway,
now that you're saying
I
this is running in
unfortunately
the
have to
4060, I
report
think it
that
looks better than
Avowed
I did
stutters when
originally.
traversing the open
Like,
world.
I'm gonna-
The size of these stutters, though,
Take
it
is
back.
heavily dependent on the CPU that is running the game. Even while I
Yeah, I
bumped
think
did an
you're right.
amazing
everything
job,
down
bro.
to the lowest settings
I think
possible,
you're right, though, Chili.
just moving across the
Where the-
world on the Ryzen
the
5
characters aren't
3600
moving
sees frame
around
time
in the world,
spikes
they're not
up to 33 milliseconds
to
every
save
few
memory.
meters, and those denser areas will always see frame time spikes between 50 and 150 milliseconds, or potentially even more.
There you go, chat. He
The
said
average
Chitty is
frame time
right.
variance
Yeah,
when
I
moving
blame the
around
Series
is
S.
just distractingly poor. So, a CPU
That's
like the
gonna be
Ryzen
the
5
only
3600
thing
really
clipped
has no
from
hope
It's
this.
okay.
of holding
The
onto a
PS5
steady
Pro
60
enhanced
FPS
version
in
will
this
have
game,
animations.
even while on the lowest
You know, I am
settings
hovering
possible.
over that
If you
kick.
tried to implement a 60 FPS cap like we see here, you will still be seeing
But
constant and
by saying
consistent,
that also says that the
distractingly
PS5
bad
version
frame
won't.
times, as the CPU is just far too overburdened here.
The
On a
PC
CPU like
version-
this,
you
you
need
are
a
best
5090 to
served
get the
by
PC
implementing a
version
30 FPS
animations.
cap, which will flatten most of the experience out, making it consistent. But still, even then,
I'm
you
gonna
will
get kicked
manage
for
to
this.
see
Powerboss says,
something
"Oh
that
no,
looks
Colin
like
Grum's
thread
more
stalling occurring
Concord
before
developers are
you
going
get
to the
up
Halo
to the
team."
more built-up
Oh
areas of the game.
no!
Big frame time spikes that are pretty
Now-
obvious even with the 30 FPS cap in place.
Why is
You
this
started off
low-end
with
CPU
according to
experience in
Grum,
this game,
so
like with the Ryzen 5
I kind of don't
3600
believe anything
is
you say
pretty
after
poor
that.
and
but
requires many
because it's you, I'll
compromises
trust
while
you.
still being troubled. Thankfully, though, the game scales incredibly well in the upward direction on CPUs. The Ryzen 7 9800
Susan, at least if
XDD
they were
offers a
T-posing, they'd be doing an animation.
280% higher average frame rate than the Ryzen 5 3600.
I would rather
in
they be
my
T-posing.
measurements.
Why does this
If you have
look
a higher end
worse?
CPU with 3D cache, you'll be having a
not your
worlds
sort of
different experience than what I just showed
Why does what
on the
look worse?
3600. It is tangibly better for the visual smoothness
now
in
it
the
looks
game,
better.
yet you will still see it affected by traversal
Why-
stutters,
why is the-
just to a
Why is
smaller
the
degree.
59 version
When the
running at
frame rate is
51
fully
frames per
unlocked
second?
and the game ends up being CPU limited, frame time spikes are visible
Ted,
on the frame time graph there,
5090 at
ending up
1080p.
a little bit below 16 milliseconds, or at the worst, a bit below 33 milliseconds.
Why is it
So if
running
you
so
had
badly?
VRR display and you were playing with
I
an
don't know.
unlocked frame rate, you might see frame
I'm
time
just gonna
I'm
go back
going to
a
say it doesn't
second.
look that
different
much.
experience than
Doesn't look that much better than the 4060 version.
That's running on the Ryzen 5. That's running on the Ryzen 7. CPU difference. So it's heavily CPU bottlenecked.
Okay. Oh
Uh,
god, then the console version is going to be okay.
It is heavily CPU bottlenecked. That's ridiculous. Look at the difference between the Ryzen 7 as opposed to the Ryzen 5. That's crazy. 100 frame difference. Everything else is the same. Same graphics card, same DLSS,
Same settings.
everything else is the same. The difference is just the CPU. And the difference is 100 frames. Yeah, free cache.
cache, you'll be
Yeah,
having
'cause
a
I guess it's caching all
worlds
the
different
textures into
experience
that,
than
right?
what I just showed
Yep.
on the
To make it load
3600.
faster.
Yeah.
It is tangibly
By the way, I
better
was only
for
joking about
visual
the Series
smoothness
S,
in the
right?
game,
No one clipped me on that
yet
one.
you will still see it
had
affected by
enough of
traversal
people
stutters,
clipping me out of
just to a
context.
smaller degree. When the frame rate is fully unlocked and the game ends up being CPU limited, frame
But that's
time
still bad.
spikes
I'm
are
not saying
visible
that
on the frame time graph
It's still
there,
bad to see it
ending
under
up
60
a
FPS.
little bit below 16
the-
milliseconds, or at the worst, a
spec.
bit below 33 milliseconds.
I'm sorry.
So if you had VRR display and you were playing with an unlocked frame rate, you might see frame time hitching due to these irregularities on the frame time graph when walking around the world. This is not including potential shader compilation stutters that would occur. Therefore, I recommend those of you
Even
with
that
high-end
pop-up, you know, with the
CPU
XP
cap
there,
the
that is-
frame rate
that is
pre-frame
ripped straight from
generation
the world.
to 60
sorry.
FPS to
That's the
smooth out the
XP circle.
experience
Well, look at it.
and
The
also give the
DLSS is
CPU
set to ultra
headroom
performance.
in between frames to work on
Yeah.
future frames
That's like-
with less trouble. When running around the world utilizing the
1080p.
60
It's running at
FPS VSync
180p.
cap on that 9800 X3D, I saw a perfect frame time
It's
graph for
running
the
at 420i.
20-minute benchmark journey that I set out on. So you can achieve a smooth experience in this game with high-end
God.
kit. It's just that you'll have to settle for a frame
Before
rate
this was
cap,
a good idea.
and you'll have to take any shader compilation stutters that you see in stride.
Oh, and they completed the game.
Is this Sonic mode? Did we unlock Avowed
Coming to the
Sonic
end of my MIDI
DLC?
segment on Avowed on PC, I'm seeing a game
doesn't
that
go
runs
fast.
better than a lot of Unreal
Gotta
Engine
go
titles
fast.
in some ways,
Gotta
but
go
at the same
faster,
time,
faster.
it still evidences issues that are common to nearly all Unreal
night,
Engine
gaming.
titles.
Good night,
Thank you
gaming.
For
as
some
always.
reason, too, the Ryzen 5 3600 is especially poor in this title in a way that surprised me
All
a
games should be
little bit.
playable at
So perhaps
2000%
that can be
speed.
worked on for future patches so that
That-
we
that
don't see
was
that
Avowed
stalling
on
occurring
a,
on the CPU when approaching
7080
the game's larger settlements. Similarly, it would be
150,000
good to see
FPS.
them make the shader pre-compilation more complete so that the first time you traverse the world is as smooth as possible. But anyway, enough from me for now, and back to you, John.
Thanks, Alex. That was excellent. It certainly seems that Avowed, while performant, is ultimately rather heavy and lower-end kit
I'm
may
sorry,
struggle.
but more I see that
This
health.
also
That is just
explains why it was
that
seemingly
health bar of New
impossible to
World.
reach 60 FPS
A lot of it
with
is
the
Elder
full set of
Scrolls.
visual
The health
features
bar of New
on
World. The
Xbox
XP
Series
bar is
X, and why
New
things
World.
like shadows and volumetric clouds can often appear rather grainy on console. It's
Copyright strike,
performant
thanks
for
to
what it
Chile.
is, but that
I'm
doesn't
sorry
mean it's not
for my
still very
amazing
heavy. While we're on the
recreation
topic
of the
flaws,
Sonic
though,
music,
I did want to briefly
Chaos.
talk about
I'm
the
very
character
sorry.
rendering, arguably the game's weakest point. The main cast and major characters are all well modeled with plenty of detail, but the animation is somewhat limited, and there's very few dramatic moments. It's thankfully enough to communicate the game's excellent writing, but it can appear somewhat stilted in motion. It is funny that your first companion looks like he stepped out of Concord, but hey, at least his actual character is pretty great. For Mass Effect fans, he's basically a Garrus type. And these characterizations have always been a strength of Obsidian and remain a strength here. Despite the mid-tier character rendering, the actual writing and storytelling is very engaging with a large range of choices available to the player. On another note, I wanted to briefly mention the HDR implementation. While the game does support HDR and looks pretty good, I was disappointed that there's no options for adjusting the HDR presentation in-game, just a single gamma slider for both PC and Xbox. It seems to derive settings from the system level, but additional customization would have been appreciated. Lastly, while my experience was largely bug-free, I did encounter a couple crashes on Xbox Series X. In both cases, it was while loading a save game. It simply dropped out of the game back to the dashboard with no error message or explanation. This, in addition to the shader comp crashes that Alex faced, suggests that it's not buttoned up completely tight here. Ultimately, though, Avowed mostly impressed me. I really didn't expect much going into the game, but walked away having had a great time. It's beautiful, it plays surprisingly well, features great characters and storytelling, and frankly, has all the markings of a future cult classic. Obsidian did a fantastic job with this one, and it sits comfortably with their previous games in terms of quality. Of course, it is not perfect. It's still very demanding, there's visual issues at lower settings, and some bugs are certainly possible, but it still feels like a step in the right direction for Obsidian when it comes to technical performance. I also appreciate how this follows the more hub-like design of something like The Outer Worlds, where it's not just one giant map, but a series of different areas, each which feel reasonably large without being overwhelming. So yeah,
I don't
give
mind
it a
that.
shot if you're interested. I think it may surprise you. But that's going to do it for this video, so I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you soon.
That was a good video. That was a good breakdown. Gonna give it a like because that was definitely a good video. Yeah, chat. If you haven't seen it, go to the thing, drop it a like. They've already got 4,000. Clearly, 380 PlayStation fans are upset because there's no PS5 release date.
I just realized you can see your dislike. That's weird.
I've got a mod on there.
Okay.
If you go to Chrome and download, I don't know, oh, you can't see it on my screen, but there's something called Return YouTube Dislike in the Chrome extensions. It's free. It takes 10 seconds.
I don't really care that much, but it's just interesting to see.
Yeah, because it's always been there. The extension just basically thing makes it visible again. In the code, it's just been set to hide. Let's see. What have we got?
Infinite Hero Chaos hasn't played Avowed yet, so probably next week, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, I didn't get early access, so I'm waiting until the release.
This is about Sony.
Look, you say that, right? You joke with that.
Yeah, no, because you
But I
said it
bet-
multiple times at Sony.
There's a better chance that I'm going to get Doom early access review copy for Doom from PlayStation than I will off Xbox. I do not understand why they do not like me.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't shill enough.
Buy an Xbox. They are good.
All right, let's
There you go.
check this one clip out. I want to see what it is. And if we can start wrapping up. All right, let's see what he has to say. Reforge Astro Cyborg said Reforge Gaming didn't know how to handle a fun raid via Fix Stick Boy. That's Fritzanga. Of Xbox
It
better.
says you're hanging out with me. That's why you're not getting codes.
But you're the cool guy. You upped my street cred. Of Xbox
That's a
better.
lie.
Actually, move it frightened him. He actually took that as a targeted harassment. What? No way. When does it actually get
Chat.
bad?
And a $5 super chat from SMS says Xbox better. Wait, are you guys
Like I said,
are you guys
16 minutes
seriously
isn't a clip,
spamming
that's a video.
Xbox better? Wow. That is
So he
just
has a bad
really
accent. That's why he
pathetic
gets the
energy.
codes.
You're
Thank
allowed
you.
to like Xbox, but to show up to a thing like this and you're super chatting to say Xbox better?
I'm a pony bot. 1 second.
I mean, I got approached by Sony today asking me if I wanted
Nay.
There's so many of you.
Say what you will. They do look after their smaller creators.
They're spamming. They're
Yeah.
spamming Xbox better.
I like his shirt.
Where did you guys come from? Where did you come from? You're breaking my chat. I need to know where you came from. This is hilarious. Oh,
Okay, so he's taking it quite well.
holy mackerel. I don't think I've ever seen the chat do that. It's like pausing and then screaming. Are these chat bots? Do you think they're chat bots? Sven
He's also got an
super
emote
chatted
of me
$2
in
and
it.
said Xbox better. Siriu said they came from the Discord. Yeah, the chat is totally broken. Here, I need to click on some of these. I want to click on to see when they made their accounts. I can't. Like, chat literally is broken. I can't click on their names. It won't let me
I
do
didn't even know you
anything,
could
bro.
raid on YouTube.
Chat is They crashed the chat. I can't click on any
Yeah, they
of the
added a
names.
feature a while back.
How do you even do it?
I
Xbox
Don't
don't know. I just know
better.
that you have to set
It
up so
is.
that to allow the
Xbox
raids.
is better. You're all
Alright, I'll
right.
have to look
You guys
into it.
are exactly right. It's so much better. I save so much money by not buying games for my Xbox anymore. And a 20 bomb from Mash. He says if you want to raid this chat, you're gonna have to keep up.
'Cause I
with
swear
all
they
the
added it as a
member
feature, but
bombs.
you have
He's
to
about to make it
approve
rain
specific channels to be
480
raided into.
members.
Yeah, he
Or
has his
something
own
like that.
coffee
Just know
brand.
that it's not as easy as Xbox, as Twitch.
Twitch.
And Peachy Creamy with the 5
You've
bomb
got Xbox on the
adds
brain.
to the member count. Paul says,
Yeah.
better
we've been
Xbox,
talking about it all night.
Xbox better. That gets us a 486. Oh my gosh, Xbox is your master. Thank you for the super chat, Trill Troll.
This coffee is disgusting. Does he have his own coffee?
Yeah, he has his own branded coffee. Reforge Trust.
Xbox better. Oh, a 5.
Oh,
I'm
fine.
trying
Can
to
I
keep up
get
with the chat.
chili
I'm so
chocolate?
sorry. I'm trying to keep up with
I
the chat. A
want that
$5
as
super
my
chat
brand.
from Noberto. He says, "Bro, Xbox better. Now take this money." No, I don't.
By the way,
realize
that's one
how
thing I'll
incredibly
never do
stupid it
again,
is to
by the
spend
way.
money to try to
What's
troll
that?
you.
A few
I
years
didn't think that
ago,
was a good
I did a
idea.
charity
Hank with the
stream
$2
for
says Xbox
Extra
is
Life, right?
better.
Yeah.
Thank
and
you so
I
much.
decided in
Yeah,
the
here,
smart
let's
thing
just
that
do
I would
this.
eat stuff for
So
donations.
we can actually let's
And
see.
I
How do
was
I
didn't think
do
anyone
this?
would come donate.
there
'cause,
we
yeah,
go.
we were even smaller then. Like
There
we
we
were a
go.
really small channel. We had less than
I'm
100
sorry,
followers.
you guys are
right?
breaking my chat, and people can't
And I was
talk.
doing it so that for
You had
every
your-
$20
you had your
I
fun.
was eating
That
a
was
Carolina
funny.
Reaper chocolate.
Well played.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So one of my friends kept coming in going, "Oh, how much are you up to?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm up to $79." They're like, "Oh, here you go." Ended up for every $10 I ate a ghost pepper, for every $20 I ate Carolina Reaper.
You must have been pretty much dead by the
Let's
end of
just say I did not stream for a couple of days after that.
Yeah, you spent it in the
Yeah.
toilet. You was in the bunk for like never ending. That was your new Narnia.
I had what was it 4 or 5 ghost pepper chocolates and 6 Carolina Reaper ones. Those aren't even hot. Trust me, they are. Once you've had 6 of them in a row, those can literally kill you. Once you've had 6, they were nice though, by the way.
No, but they
I
can.
would buy them
They're
again.
not joking. They can actually kill you.
Yeah. It was lime chocolate Carolina Reaper sweets.
I'm failing to see him getting stressed out though.
Great spam. Thanks
Yeah,
for
I
the
don't see any
super
stress.
chats. But I would like for people to actually be able to have a conversation. So,
But I did that once and never again.
a $2 super chat from JC says they seem butthurt for some reason. Yeah, they seem upset. They seem like they're a little. Maybe they're having a bad day. That's okay. Everybody grieves differently. Everybody has their own way of grieving.
Okay, now the Reforged side is
So,
coming out.
if you PlayStation Master Races Sorcerer, thank you so much. And now my members are spamming Xbox better. yeah, Xbox butthurt. Oh my gosh. By that, $1 from Sneaky Wolf, $2 from Mark. Thank you so much. Yeah, if you want to talk in my chat now, you got to become a member or you got to super chat. You guys had your fun. I let you spam my chat and break it, but I would still like to continue to have a conversation with people, and I couldn't do that. It was literally crashing my chat. I had to reload my own browser. You can't stop us. Xbox is butter. Well, you're at least going to pay me my money to talk, so joke's on you, bud. 8 and a $5 super chat tip from AOZ. Well, why do these Xbox players love watching PlayStation reveals? Nothing to play at the moment. Bored? Xbox better. Xbox better. $2 from Mark. Xbox better. Xbox better. Yeah, it is. Xbox is better, y'all. I mean...
Yes, Susanna, I've had a few Reaper-based stuff in the past. Reaper, as much as they're good for the challenges, they're not tasty at all.
So let me get this right. A whole bunch of people went over to his stream to troll him, and they started paying him. I hate to say it, but I think Reforge is the one that trolled everyone else. Why are they paying him?
You want to come over and troll us and give us money? Oh no! I'm so angry. No, stop! Please don't do that. No.
That's crazy. I want to see the crash out there. When does that kick in?
He became a member so he could say Xbox better. Yes, that's it. That's what I want to see. I want to see a member train. That's right. You know me. You guys all call me an e-beggar, so you pay me my money, okay? Where's my money, man? Pay me my money.
Was this
the one?
Was this the guy that explained people were shouting
Xbox better
butter?
when? Yeah, can we get a poll going? Can we get a poll going? Xbox better, yes or yes?
I mean,
is Xbox
that's
better,
well,
yes
your fridge
or yes?
So can we get some Xbox butter?
Lone will discover the
mini
formula.
fridge.
He'll have 1,000 paying members to PC build
And
his
you could have your
stream.
Xbox branded
that's
toast
right.
with your Xbox branded butter.
Oh, that is phenomenal. New grift. Lono's ahead of the curve. That's right. From Crocial Black.
That's
I'm
crazy.
gonna give you money because PlayStation is dead. Okay, PC gaming is better. You're gonna need the cash for charity. Rip PS5. Okay, I appreciate it. I will tuck that away in an envelope that says money from Dum Dums.
I don't know.
Fat today, so I appreciate
Maybe it's because I'm a small
Leo
content
Mera
creator, but
says the second account guy now Xbox is better.
I
What
would
a
have just
day.
been happy that so many people came over to my channel.
Usually you have to pay to go to the circus instead of the circus coming to you and paying you. But I mean, hey, clowns are clowns. Verdict is Xbox better. Thank you, Troll.
As a Yorkshire man, I'm
better,
supposed to go out people money.
Why is your 5 head
Hey,
so big?
I live in Yorkshire,
It's
okay,
this
John. Trust me, I know how
because
tight Yorkshire people
it's
can be.
ratioed to the other thing that's big. So, let the hearer understand. It's also this big because I'm smarter than you, right? So much smarter, right? Let me hang on. You're gonna call me Jimmy Neutron, yeah? You call me Jimmy Neutron. Say I have a big forehead, yeah? I'm short too. I'm like 5'6". I'm not very tall, yeah. There's an ongoing joke in here that I have a tiny baby turtle head, right? There's that. What else?
Hey,
I'm
you're
trying to
taller
think of
than me.
all of the other insults because they're so good. They're so they hurt my feelings so deeply. Oh yeah, retard gaming. Yeah. Retard gaming. That's a good one. That's super original. Yeah. What's some of the other? I think that's it. I don't know if there's anything left. I think that's all of them. So yeah, I have tiny T-Rex arms. Yeah, I'll just keep adding them up. I'm bad at math. I'm a fraud and don't finish games and don't play games. Let's see what else. I'm trying to think. There's a lot. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them out there. I'm a grifting pony. I'm bad at games. I don't play sports. Yes, I'm a lefty liberal wokey, but I'm also an alt-right conservative. I'm everything. What's this? A $2 Xbox better, Nintendo better, PC absolutely butter. Okay. And then Alex Mercer, Xbox better than my Xbox better. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Papa Phil Spencer to save the day. Thank you for the $2. Yes. Yeah. Phil Spencer totally saved the day at a state of play where there weren't any Microsoft games. You're right. It was so Xbox really saved them. You guys kept talking. I mean, I'll be honest. You guys kept talking about how, PlayStation was dead and Xbox had to save them, and they did a 40-minute state of play without any Xbox stuff. So you guys are.
They did a 40-minute presentation with no PlayStation stuff as well. I mean, that's not the win you're hoping it is.
Definitely right. There's a whole lot of evidence to your claims. They also have this blog post. Yeah, it's 20 games here coming this year, and there it is. There's the game that's saving the day. You're right. Yeah, you're right. They're saving the day. Sage Cage became a new member, and he said Jimmy Neutron. There it is. I told you. Yes, Jimmy Neutron is one of the. That's one of the
John Gray, I
ones
do
that they
plan
like
to if they give me a code to
Jimmy?
review Assassin's Creed, because I'm actually looking forward to it.
Me too. And do you know what? There's a good chance that Ubisoft will actually give me a code. I think there's a good chance that anyone will give me a code except Xbox.
I mean, I'm part of the Ubisoft Content Creators Group, so of course I'm going to get a code.
Yeah, I am too, but I've seen a few games where they haven't given them out.
I know. Pretty much every code I've asked for the Moogle Go Round has gone through.
I might need your contact.
It's not a contact, it's just...
Did you see that? As soon as he was about to tell me, Ubisoft pulled him out.
Neutron. Let me go ahead and add that here.
Ubisoft proper yanked him. Like, there ain't no way you're going to give him that information.
On the channel. Jack Garland with a $2 super chat. He says, Xbox bitter. A $2 super chat from Armani.
That's literally my life, guys.
Jones? Okay. This guy, Charitar with 5.
Did Ubisoft allow you to come back now?
they had to respond to the text message that I got.
So Ubisoft finally let you come back in after they gave you a talking to.
Yeah.
Because you was about to tell them they were about to give you the information, and you're like, nope, that guy got yanked straight out. They just yanked you straight out. You ain't saying shit, buddy. You keep that mouth shut.
Dar says, how do you look like Sheen and Jimmy Neutron at the same time? Lots of practice.
Like, that guy's talking good about Assassin's Creed and promoting it. Quick, shut him up.
Yeah, he's going to put the share prices up. Get him out of there, quick. We want the share prices to go down, goddammit. We need to buy for cheap.
Yes, I actually went to school to
what is wrong with him? He literally crashed out.
Okay, Jimmy Neutron, $2. You look like
he went
Jimmy
from being
Neutron.
like look at him. Look at his response here, right? Look at
I don't know. There's no audio. But
look at his facial expression, right? And then look at him over here. Like, this is at 9 minutes 20. And then look at him over here.
Better?
I mean,
where did you come from? You're breaking my chat. I need to know where you came from.
To be fair,
hilarious.
If there's 400 people in your chat just spamming the same sentence over and over again, you would get a little bit frustrated.
I wouldn't.
Holy mackerel.
Dude,
I don't know. I feel like
in that 10-15 minutes, the amount of ad revenue that he's going to get from those extra 400 people, aside from the fact that these people are also sending you money, super chats, he probably easily made like $100 there just from that raid. Like, why would you be upset? Sure, it's derailed your stream and it's, caused a bit of a disturbance, but then he just switched on member mode, and that was it. And by switching on member mode, he managed to get them to become a member so they could actually chat. So he actually he won up them. Why get pissed off about it? And at the same time, if anyone's being rude, you can just start banning them. That's what your mods are for. Well, not banning them, but timing them out. Yeah, I don't get it. Like there wasn't. He turned a win into an L.
From S Manster, okay, Jimmy Neutron, $2. You look like Jimmy Neutron. Are you guys bots? If I say something, will you send me a super chat of it? What else? Well,
see, I would be laughing at this point.
Let's think of
they're
one.
still sending me super
Eyes.
chats.
4 Eyes. Yeah, I have 4 Eyes. I have 4 Eyes. I wear glasses. Troll with a $2. People don't forget he's best friends with Herman Hulse. That's right. You don't have a 5 head. You have a 4x4x4 head. Wait. 4x.
You sent me a description of one of Reforged's coffee flavors. When did you send me this?
I think you're wrong.
Message
I
request.
think here to here.
Fine, I'll
isn't
accept your
as
DM.
much as here. Yeah, I'm bad at math, but you might.
Druggle, he's not even milking the chat. He's
so.
milking the Xbox.
You also
chat.
don't.
That
consult,
sounds
I didn't
disgusting.
consult a woman before doing this
I
broadcast.
don't even like
today.
coffee.
Thank you, Lone Wolf, for the $2 super chat tip. What's going on? All this after a state of play? I don't really know what the goal.
Well, you'll watch
is,
this guy just milk
other than
his
to
chat.
just give me money.
Because content.
I really don't know
And because
what the
someone
goal
requested.
is. It's a hate raid, which is against community guidelines to
he just
to tell people
completely
to go
lost
harass another streamer. But breaking community guidelines is kind of on brand for you. Am I right? Doomslayer with 25 months. The Octopus game was my fave game there. That one actually kind of looked good. Forehead Gaming. That's pretty good. That's actually pretty good. That's not bad. Forehead Gaming. That's better than Jimmy Neutron, I think.
You know
That's
what
at
it
least
is, don't you?
creative. Yeah.
What's that?
I can see what's
I
going
didn't
on.
hear that. I've not heard that one before, so at least it's new.
I can see why.
Would
the
you star
decline
in
is
a
happening.
live action Jimmy
You can see it from his
Neutron
body language.
film?
I'm
It would
pretty
probably
good at
pay me
reading.
more than you guys are, so sure. Yeah.
So
I'm bad at that, so.
I'm really good at it. So at the moment, you can see that he is really torn between taking the money, because this is how he makes his livelihood. So he needs the money. And obviously, if it's a super chat, he's going to read it because it's a super chat. And that's the thing you do to encourage more people to, do the super chat. But at the same time, the insults are now actually starting to hurt him. You can see it from his body language. Like, the insults that are coming his way is actually hurting him. But he can't stop because he wants the money.
Yeah.
So he's stuck between the two, and that's why he's going deeper and deeper south. Now, it's not about it being a hate raid. People are being nasty to him, right? There's no denying that. They're cussing him left, right, and center. They're insulting him like there's no tomorrow. But he's stuck in a hard place because he needs the money. And if people are becoming members and super chatting, he needs the money because that's his livelihood. And if it's coming in, chances are Frit or someone else won't probably send another raid over. So he wants to cap it. He's got his business cap on, but it's still not stopping the fact that he feels hurt by it.
Yeah, I would
Look
take
at it, you
that
can
money.
see it.
I would
You can
take
see
Yeah,
it.
because it's still a person, no matter
You
what.
never seem to be criticizing a streamer, calling him names, and encouraging others to stop gifting him money. That's the AI chat summary. It's perfect.
And now he's trying to play it off.
Xbox better emote coming.
So you can see once he tried to play it off.
We need to make that an emote. So
fun
that
thing,
you
but
guys
you can see
just
he's already
spam it.
changed.
That would be excellent. Yeah. Xbox.
He can't maintain that.
We could probably do it like the
upbeat
"It's
self.
Coming, I Knew It" emotes, just Xbox across the top, and then better.
And that's a
underneath.
reference to
I
me,
think
by
that's
the way.
Pretty good. We need somebody to cook that up real quick. I think we need that in this stream. Reset the super chat goal. Oh, I didn't. I'm sorry. What's up with the nasty coffee?
That one there
gaming?
was a reference to me.
It's just another form of income, for me. Just more.
Oh God,
thanks
it's now
for the
promoting
opportunity
his
to promote
really
it, by the way.
horrible sounding
Your
coffee.
Reforged roast. We have a
I don't
light
know,
roast,
I
a
can't
dark
hear
roast,
it, so-
medium roast. Yeah.
Have a good night, Steve.
Unlike you, I actually
night,
spend my
Steve.
money on like investment in business as opposed to just.
But
hate.
I know you were joking,
So,
Ali, but seriously,
this is
thank you for
something
the
I spent
support on
my
your
own
channel,
money
Steve,
on.
as well.
I can actually do that. I don't know. It doesn't know if you can do that. You're just
Steve is
spending
awesome.
money in a stream that you don't like, which I feel like we make different decisions in life. We've arrived at different points in our life.
Power Boss
I'm
told
an
me
adult with
the description
business
of that coffee.
investments,
Have
and
you
you're
seen it?
Spending
No,
super
say it.
chats on YouTube.
Okay, I'm not going to say the name of it because it's kind of lewd. I think it's their Christmas. This is their Christmas one. I'm guessing this is their Christmas coffee, right?
Mm-hmm.
From the name of it. Our seasonal blend is the Blank blend. Blank is a low acidic custom blend of citrus, chocolate, and green grape with a crisp finish. These coffees are hand washed on the land of the producers and dried on the patios in the sun of Mexico. Full city profile, single orange growth, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, citrus, chocolate, and green grape flavored.
Nasty. That's nasty. Is this just more of this for the next 3 minutes?
Anyways, yeah, you can order that. It's great. A lot of people here order it, and they seem to like it. Set the minimum donation
what
amount
kind of
15,
combination is
bring 'em
chocolate,
out like a dish
citrus,
rag.
chocolate and citrus?
You look
that's
like a
good.
rejected character.
I would
from
think that's a good
Code
combo. But then you add the green grape, which doesn't need to be there.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank
look,
you.
look at his face,
You
yeah?
look like a rejected character from
Look at it.
Code Lyoko. Okay.
Can you see it?
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Can you see it even from
for
his
the-
tone?
For the Toko. You look like a rejected character
Normal,
from
normal.
Code
That's it. That's it.
Lyoko.
Now it's effective.
Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you.
You see it?
for
Right
the-
there.
For the
You can tell
$2. That's
that
great.
it's
I
starting
don't
to really,
know what that
really,
is.
really get to him.
Is that a
He's
body? Is
stumbling
that a
his
body
words.
pillow that you sleep?
He's
sleep with? Do I look
fumbling
like your
his
body
words.
pillow? It was great. It was great. We got hate rated. They came in and they paid a bunch of money. It's over $130 something now
There you go, I
to
told
say
you.
that Xbox was better. And then they said I have a big forehead and I look like Jimmy Neutron.
And so he's now trying to pass it off like
They-
as a light joke and stuff.
That's right. That's right.
That's
Mama.
weird.
I will gift.
Yeah, you heard him there. He clearly he did it for the money. Like I was saying, it was all for the money.
Devastator said Xbox button. Look, I want that to be a thing. I know they were joking about it here, but I want that to be. I actually want that to be real
What?
because then you've got your Xbox branded toaster, right?
Yeah.
You got your Xbox mini fridge, so you could store your Xbox butter in your mini fridge, and then you can toast your Xbox butter with your bread with your Xbox butter, and they could sell Xbox cheese, right? And it could just be, like the prepackaged cheese that's flat, but it's just X shaped.
Zrogdal, that's pretty much what he was doing, but
So
there's
it's-
only so much you're gonna take, right?
Like you got your Xbox toast with Xbox butter and your Xbox cheese.
Like there was a phrase I said which I'm not gonna say because I know they're in the chat right now, so they're waiting for me to say it so they can clip me again saying it. But Reforge said it just a little while ago. Something I said during the Indiana Jones reveal. And I get that now every post, right? It's just always there. People just keep on. I mean, it doesn't bother me because I've got thick skin.
Actually, your clip that you saying something. I can't remember what it is, but I've seen a clip of you be used everywhere.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Because I knew Indiana Jones was going to PlayStation. I faked excitement for it being Xbox exclusive, but I actually told my Discord like a day or two before that it was going.
I mean, we talked about it before, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
That's why we
I
did.
told you as well. I told you it was going, and you was like, "Yeah, but it's first person."
Yeah.
And that was the end.
That's
of it.
exactly what I said.
Yeah, So I told you from like a while, before, I feel like almost like 4 or 5 days before,
Yeah.
because I knew
And
about
even,
it
by the way, and this shows you how much of a pony I am. I said I didn't care.
because it was first person. Um,
Not because I've never watched an Indiana Jones movie.
I don't even know why. I don't even know why I bother. But yeah, so I just, to make some cool engagement, make it fun for people, did something. And so now that is clipped around. People use it all the time against me. I don't care. I mean, I jumped onto Puerto Rock stream. They were just saying it nonstop. I jumped onto King Thrash's stream. They were just constantly saying it. I mean, they think it actually affects me. One thing I've understood, if you're going to be in the YouTube business, is that you got to have thick skin.
Yeah.
You
And
got to
people got to
have thick skin.
understand that you're also, although you're talking factual stuff, you're also got to remember that you're here to be entertaining.
Yeah.
So although you're going to be, it's like what I say to a lot of people, if you meet me in person, I am pretty much the same person as I am online, offline. You meet me in online, I am still the same person offline. But I am more exaggerated online than I am offline. Like, I take myself and push up a little bit. I'm a little bit more me. I'm still me, but that's how it is when you're online. You want to be entertaining. You want to bring joy to people that are watching the streams. So you act a little bit more over the top than you would normally. You're still you. You're just you 110%. That's just me,
And,
at least. That's how I.
like I remember when I covered Anthem, because I liked Anthem, and it still is
Yeah,
one
and
of
from
my.
radio.
No, I will slap you. But I really enjoyed Anthem, and I played it for pretty much until they announced that there was no more content coming. I did everything on that, even the crazy quest that no one could be bothered to do. I was one of the few people that did do it. But the stuff that I got, in terms of said, that's probably why I've got thick skin. Like wishing my firstborn child would contract a disease and delete their save file. Stuff like that was being forwarded to me over on social media like crazy. But you need a thick skin because there are a lot of nasty people. Clearly, he hasn't got to that point yet. He hasn't developed it. No, Power Boss said the phrase that I said, and so they clipped that and posted it everywhere.
Well, Chaos, I enjoy your videos, as you can tell by the fact that I've been around a long time, because I remember the Anthem stuff.
But yeah, so you've just got to get a right balance. But I'm not going to end it on a bad note, right? I'm going to end it on a good note. And
Okay.
according to Jez Corden, the next Xbox has progressed beyond its initial pitch phase. I've recently been told that Xbox's next-gen console hardware has now moved past its early pitch stages and has been fully approved and costed all the way up the chain. Which means R&D is pretty much done. The costing for R&D is done.
Okay, that still shouts to me though that it might be 2027.
They got like 2 years. The whole of 25 and 26 November. I think they'll make it.
Maybe. We might see a 2026 release, but it'll be holiday 2026.
Yeah, but that's when they always release it. November.
Fair. Well, unless you're Nintendo.
Nintendo do it whenever they want. But Microsoft, I think all of their consoles have been anywhere between the first week of November and the second week of November. It's always been in that window. Well, basically any time in November. But they've always released it in that month. So if I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken, but I think that's the case.
It's not going to be 2028. That is the worst.
No. It's not going to be 28. I can see PlayStation releasing the PS6 at 28, even though they want to stretch it to 30. The PS6.
Well, no, people take that out of context a lot. Sony wants at least 10 years of support, but they want that. That's every console they've ever done.
But
like
one thing
Sony
I hope
always
they do
makes a generation last at least 10 years, but the new console comes out around 6 or 7 years into the generation.
I don't know. According to Mark Cerny, at the launch of the end of last year, they only just started looking at the PS6 in terms of
Okay.
the viability.
Maybe. Yeah, there might not even be one.
Right? So usually it takes like 3-4 years before it actually comes. So 29, 30, anywhere between 28 and 30, I think even 30 is viable at this point, depending on how long
I still feel
it
like it's
takes.
going to be.
It can be 28,
if anything. But it's either 28 or 29. I don't.
Yeah,
I really
29
don't
I
think
think is thing, but I think they might go 30 just to make it a round number. You know, the OCD and stuff. Judging
Hey,
business by
Tasman.
OCD. Hey, Taz, thank you so much for that $10 super sticker. I appreciate you, dude. But yeah, this is great. This is good news.
Why do people say dollars all the time? Is it the YouTube thing?
Because when you make a payment, if you do a super chat in the US, it comes up as dollars.
Well, I see it's £9.99.
Because he's in the UK.
Okay.
So it's done by the currency you pay in. So if you was in like India, it'll come in rupees. So it's based on your currency.
Okay.
But yeah, this is great news, and I think that 2026 now is looking a hell of a lot more viable. He did post an article, which is what he was referring to here, but I didn't really
1 second.
see anything.
Maybe Shadow said Sony also wasted time on the development of PS6 making the ESS Pro. Actually, the Pro is probably a good step into the PlayStation 6. And that's completely opposite. See, by doing the Pro, they can beta test the upscaling software.
Wait, are you saying PS5 Pro users are beta tested now?
Yeah.
Okay.
The beta console players,
You're calling me a beta tester?
I mean, you literally were.
Yeah, but that's different. That's different. I'm not seeing it in this article. But yeah. Either way, that's a cool bit of info to wrap my show up. The next generation Xbox has been accepted. They've agreed on whatever it's going to be. And it's now all about design. They've got the specs, it seems. Now it's all about design and pushing it to completion. That's why I don't like beta testing. Because you're doing work for free. I do enough of that in my 9-to-5 job. Navy, I think the more important thing is instead of making the PS5 Pro being useless, it's how gullible people were into how Sony were basically able to make people go and buy it while making them test their hardware for free. So technically, they're paying Sony to test and make their hardware better. You got to admit that's some masterstroke genius.
But it's pretty smart of them.
But like I said, Sony can do anything, and as long as it's better than Xbox, that's it. That's all they care about. I don't care if it's rubbish. If it's better than Xbox, it's okay. That's it. It's like, my console cost me £800 and it's better than your £400 console. Well, you did pay double the price for it. It's the least I would expect it to do. It's like, hey, I got a 5090. It's better than your 4060. Well, yeah, you got a 5090. I got a 4060.
Chaos, how dare you be expecting stuff from a company? How dare you be setting expectations like that? You absolute
This is the
monster.
PlayStation fans doing this. This is the PlayStation fans saying that they're basically saying it's a gotcha moment that an £800 console that just released brand new, latest tech, is better than a £400 4-year-old console.
Well, you know I've defended you on this multiple
I know, but
times,
it's
so
just
you know
so
my
dumb.
thoughts on this already. It is.
It's
Like-
the dumbest thing you can do. And they're still doing it. It's like they're going, oh, look at this. It's going to run better on the PS5 Pro. Well, if it does,
Well, yeah,
is
I've been
anyone
saying that all the time.
surprised?
Yeah.
Is anyone actually surprised? It's like, but hey, if I...
For some reason, the Sony community is. It's frustrating to see. It really is.
And then I pissed them off by saying...
But you know what's not frustrating to see? More of your videos. Go check out your rest.
I know, right? Totally.
Go check out the rest of the videos on the channel.
Chat, I hope you've enjoyed the
I'm
show.
getting better at this.
You are. Chat, I hope you've enjoyed the show today. Chili, thank you so much for joining me again.
No, thank you.
Do you want to plug yourself and your channel? Please do go support Chili.
If that's okay.
If you do like Dragon Ball and if you do like that sort of content, because I know he's also opening up to other stuff as well soon that I'm not going to reveal, but it's, hopefully it'll be to your liking. There's some stuff upcoming that I'm aware of that I'm not going to. So I'm kind of teasing it a little bit, but if you can, please go support him. I'd like to see him get to that 200 subs sooner rather than later. And maybe, if you like the Dragon Ball side of content, if you like Dragon Ball, go drop him a like. Go drop him a sub.
Thank you.
It would mean a world to him.
Well, I'll be honest. It's been crazy. I didn't expect to grow like I have done. I know there's people out there that are like, oh, I've grown so and so and so. But I've already in 4 months eclipsed my old Mugug Around YouTube channel, which had been around for 10 years, and this one is now 4 months, and I'm at 128 subs, and that's I'm at 128 subs and 52,000 views, which to me is insane for 4 months. So seriously, thank you everyone that has come over from Chaos's channel to support. If I can get 2 more subs, it'd be 130 would be amazing. I like round numbers, but that's just me. But seriously, thank you everyone for the support. I recently made a video asking about where's Project Multi, but the rest of the stuff has been. I don't know if you've heard about Project Multi at all.
I haven't.
Basically, last year there was a test, so there was a how Pokemon had its MOBA game.
Yeah. Oh yes, I do remember this one. I do remember it. Yeah.
So yeah, there's a Dragon Ball MOBA game that I got to test last year. And we haven't heard anything since then. So I put some beta footage on my YouTube channel. The audio didn't record properly because I recorded it on my phone.
They're trying to kill you.
Yeah. Too much. I don't have any on me. The closest thing I have is the dual chip, but I'm not eating that. I've had that once and I'm never going to eat that again. I was in so much pain. Yeah, that's my YouTube channel, Susano. And twitch.tv Mugoground is where I stream. That's where we'll be streaming Marvel Rivals tomorrow. Paul normally joins me, but he is going to be busy with Warhammer stuff. He told me that some random person has invited them to their house so they can play Warhammer. So I'm really hoping that I will get to record a podcast with him next week, because that's very scary to me if someone randomly invites me to their house. But yeah. So yeah, that's my YouTube channel. How I'd say
Halloween,
Yeah. So yeah, thank you to everyone that's come over and support. Thank you for this, and thank you, of course, for the Chaos for having me on. I enjoy being on here. So
okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Right, chat. That's
Make sure you like this video and subscribe to this channel as well.
Please promote your dreams. My dreams is to hit 10,000 subs. Make it happen, people. Create multiple accounts. Go and make 500 accounts each and watch all the content 500 times. Memorize every word.
Just leave it on loop.
Yeah, like Looper. Just make sure you don't meet yourself.
Ooh, you're 7 videos away from 1,000, Chaos.
I know, it's crazy. We're going to have to do something special for that one. Take care, people. That's it. That's me. Have a good one, and I'll see you all
Have a good night, everyone.
next week.
I don't know why I'm waving. You can't see me. Bye.
Peace out, folks.
Bye.